I can hook him up to a sled.
Yeah.
That sounds like something Joe would go crazy over.
He would.
Having pizza delivery.
He would be amused for
Yeah,
5
yeah.
minutes, and then he would eat my face.
Oh.
Violent dog.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Joe, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny. We started realizing. I gotta go grab Jozu. Speaking of, he's grumbling at the door.
Oh.
Started like realizing that today's session was gonna get tossed around a little bit, like 5 minutes after I ended the prep stream yesterday.
Oh no. I was wondering.
So I had to
Oh man.
reconfigure some stuff. Thankfully on the stream I was like, well, there's this other stuff with some devils, so we might as well, like, I know we're doing that. I might as well prepare a little bit of that, like, in case they do the other stuff really
You were like,
fast.
oh.
Yeah. So that was, it was good that I ended up working on that a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna run upstairs and let Jozu in, and then in in like 6 minutes I have to get food out of the oven.
Okay. We can dilly-dally for that amount of time.
I'm gonna go make some food.
Smart.
I'm so cold.
Do you not have a blankie?
Nope, the only one's being used by my wife, so.
It's so self-sacrificing. You freeze so she can be warm.
I've also been awake for an hour. So.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Moto went to go make food.
Fair. That's
and
fair.
Konnor hasn't said a word.
I'm here. I'm just walking around and doing things.
Okay.
Okay. Multitasking. I know, I'm trying to multitask and do laundry. Luckily, I'm portable because I play on my laptop, so I can get up without actually having to leave.
Excellent. Wish I was as portable as I used to be. I moved my whole computer setup like across the room a while ago, and I was like, all right, great. My wireless headphones are definitely going to reach the kitchen now because it's like 10 feet closer now. It got worse.
Oh no.
And if I go on like the wireless microphone and like the connection disrupts, it just like crackles in everyone's ears. So I avoid that.
Yeah, smart move.
I also I don't know why it got worse. I assume like, I don't know, unshielded like electrical cables or I don't know. I assume weird wiring.
I know my like wireless headphones work throughout my whole house, except we have this one like brick wall feature that's like our chimney, and if I'm between my computer and that wall, it doesn't work.
Yep.
So maybe you have some structural barriers of some kind.
Yeah, I kind of moved like through the wall and like below the kitchen. There's like the air conditioning. And then like above me and in the direction of the kitchen, there's like the fridge and the oven. So I moved in the path of like a lot of heavy duty electronic stuff.
That's probably it.
I'm almost done with all the admin stream stuff. Nearly on time. I mean, not nearly on time. It's 12 minutes late.
Well,
but it's there.
that's nearly on time.
Yeah. If it's before Mitchell gets angry, it's on time.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if you're within 15 minutes of like your start time, I think you're good.
Yeah.
That's how I gauge if I'm too late. Is Moto angry at me?
It's a good
But
gauge.
usually I feel like he gets angry within 5 minutes, whereas Dylan it's a little more lenient. So.
As long as I know
So
what's
range...
going on by the time we get half an hour in. If we get half an hour in,
there you go.
If we get like 35 minutes in and we don't know someone's here and they pop on and they're like, oh, I was sleeping. And so then I'm like, oh boy, all right, that's fine.
Hey, sometimes my alarm doesn't go off.
Oh, wow, that was shade.
It may have sounded targeted. It truly was not. And of all the people who I would understand being asleep before this, you are high on the list. Not second. I come just behind you on that list, by the way. I've learned to be very forgiving with myself. I'm gonna go get my food.
Okay.
I only had like 5 dino nuggets left over.
Damn, only 5.
Yeah. I think a serving is like 4, but
That a serving for an infant?
They're surprisingly protein and calorie dense.
Oh.
But yes.
I think the average. I think they like rate it for 12 and under.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, I am kind of full.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what matters.
Yeah, I am kind of full actually now.
I apologize. I'm doing one last thing and then we can get started. Although I could ask
You're good.
for a recap to stall. That's a good stall tactic.
The whole recap stall tactic.
So yeah, who would like a hero point this week? I think Sarah, you ended up doing it last week, or did Voraktee?
You know, it's so funny because I literally went back to the VOD to check because I couldn't remember. It was Voraktee.
Yeah.
I did it the week. Well, we skipped a week, but the time before that I did it.
Right. I was like, everyone was quiet, and I was like,
I
well,
don't remember.
this time I will give Sarah permission to do it again. And then Voraktee was like, I got it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So I'll dangle the carrot for the others, but if they don't want to do it, I can.
No, you can say the. For all I care, you can do the recap every week.
I will not be doing that.
I know you love having an extra hero point.
You know, if I'm honest, I love having an extra hero point in your game. In this game, I don't use them all the time. Maybe this time I will.
You hear that, Dylan? Make it harder. You
No,
gotta
don't
try
make it
and kill
harder.
us every single session.
He can't really make the combats harder.
It's fine.
What do you mean? I can.
You don't have to. That's not what I'm
fair.
asking
Not
for.
justly. You
I
can't
Not
make them fair
justly.
justly.
can start
That's fair.
playing them smarter.
Okay. So, recap of last session. We started out picking up where we left off in the conversation with Turis's mom. Visicia? I think that's how you say her name.
Yeah.
We found out that she is one of the Nagas specifically bound to Arcanus. And she had a little bit of a terse exchange with Rurith, who departed kind of abruptly once we got to Tower Ironcrad, and found out that Isha and Visicia know each other. She was coming up with some hypotheses on how Turis came to be, and she gave us some information regarding how old the tower is. She said she's been there for about 1,000 years. Told us a bit about how the gods put parts of themselves into items to avoid imprisonment, and we had a bit of a discussion thinking that maybe that's what happened to Ishtal. So, Turis had bid Apahu for some help to see if maybe he could figure out if there are any leads to track down that artifact, because we had like a sketch from Nahia and Katoda that kind of resembled something we thought maybe Ishtal was involved with. We went into the tower and had some conversations with Visicia, and she had shared that she thought Turis came to be through like a wish she had made, and specifically showed him a ring that had like a snakeskin motif, some silver gleams in between the snakeskin, and shared that she had made a wish that the tower would take care of itself, and she's thinking that that's what Turris ended up coming to be. We took a long rest. Turgon got some new additions to his armor, specifically a pauldron. And Steris activated her Vengeful Sight. And her last target she can no longer see, but a new target is just 30 miles away, a bit northwest from where we are currently. Isha had a conversation with Asilia, asking for some help for a personal favor. And we had talked to Farron about him potentially aiding in some diplomatic endeavors here at the tower. So keeping him around, another addition to our plethora of NPCs. Let's see. Turris shared a bit about his idea to reroute the ley lines, and Vicitia shared that she thinks it could be possible, but she would not be able to get involved because of the influence of the Four. And then she had let us know about a group of adventurers that seek the devils to the north, and kind of pointed us in that direction. Steris had asked the party for help regarding pursuing the target of her Vengeful Sight, and the party had agreed to assist her, saying that progress for one of us is progress for all of us. And that's everything I have.
Excellent. Any comments, questions, additions?
Do you have question marks in your notes when you put names?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
Normally it's a question mark about if I'm spelling it right. But
I do that a lot too. And then I just don't ask for the spelling. And then later I'm like, why didn't I?
right. But I've been putting together another document where I'm trying to write down all the names and everything we know about them. And it's gotten quite long.
Yeah. It's maybe harder this campaign than most.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Assuming there are no other additions. Doug,
Yeah, did you have
go ahead,
something you wanted to mention, Mitchell? Why were you asking if I had question marks by names?
Because whenever you say a name, it sounds like you're asking a question.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's because I perpetually doubt that I'm pronouncing it correctly.
If you want the spelling on any, let me know.
I think you gave us the spelling for Vicitia.
I think that's true. Okay, well.
Oh. We didn't mention that Oya Farron was actually ousted as the king of Kalmakor? Or not Kalmakor.
Oh, yes.
Mont Kalana.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I did not write that down.
Yes, he may be alive, but you can rather assume that they have put their puppet king in place. Also, for the sake of kind of redirecting today's session, your Vengeful Sight is seeing this target perhaps more southwest than northwest. And it seems they will
several hours earlier.
Yes. You think if we're looking at the map here, it seems like they are traveling just kind of along the coast, and if they're like, their end destination could be this small town to the west. But if they keep traveling north, it will be a few days before they kind of get to a point where you could kind of like intercept them. Your best spot to do it is probably like here or here. Somewhere along the coast where you'll definitely like run into them. So technically, you have some time to kill. At the end of last session, you guys had been kind of like putting things together to head out, to head to the point where you were going to intercept this fellow. And Josu, I cannot believe this. I bribed you with a huge bone. Huge bone 5 minutes ago.
Is it gone?
No. He's laying next to it, staring at me,
Oh.
grumbling.
Aw, he wants you, not the ball.
Yeah. That is too bad. So, you were preparing to depart. Everyone was kind of getting their things together and heading towards the gate. Does anyone have anything they would like to do at the tower before they leave?
I wanted to ask Visishia about the Warnaga.
Right.
That was something I spaced about last session, so if I can have an opportunity to ask about that before we depart.
Yeah. I think her immediate response will be to kind of like to narrow her eyes and say, "Why do you ask about him?"
Well, we know the origins of the Guardian Naga. I was curious what the nature of the Warnaga is.
Huh. And this is going to be distracting.
Uh-oh. Take your time.
She will say, in that respect, our origins are not terribly different. I do not suppose you have heard the name Calidris.
No.
Nor Afana.
No, that name is unfamiliar.
I suppose that it would be. I apologize for all the noise. I'm working on getting my things out of the tower. But Calidris is, in a sense, the father of all Naga. To make a long story short, and I would recommend sitting through the long story at some point, but to make a long story short, Calidris brought to Afana, the original goddess of life on this planet, a spark of life from the sun. And with it they sowed this spark of life, the embers of life across the planet, beneath the surface. Through this, Calidris became more or less the father of all Naga, though perhaps not in the sense that humans and people would,
I understand.
but we were created by the pair. That includes the Warnaga.
Are they known by another name?
She kind of opens her mouth to speak and then hesitates. And she says, names bring unexpected power and danger. And I'm willing to share this with you as a companion of Turris. But just be careful, whatever you are looking for. And I'll have to look it up. It is in my notes.
You're good.
It's back there a little bit, and I didn't expect I'd need it right now.
We had interactions with Veskal when we had entered her vault, and she had shared that the Warnaga was more of a legend than anything else. Do you agree?
She again kind of hesitates and then says, in a sense, yes. After a time, he kept to himself until something caught his eye, caught his wrath. But early on, he was very active when we were all young. So the Naga perhaps know the reality of his legend a little more closely than others.
Well, perhaps once we get back from investigating the mountains, I'll have time to sit for the long story.
She kind of smiles and small smile and nods.
And Steris will thank her for sharing what she has and go to catch up with the rest of the party.
Okay. Anyone else have any quick things they'd like to do before they depart? Okay.
I was like, I don't think so. I'm like trying to think.
No problem. I will go with the other one. In that case, so as you guys are preparing, getting ready to go, Celia leaves a bit earlier than you guys, kind of while you're like in the yard getting prepared. Celia and I believe it was I actually don't remember who was going with Celia. Was it Katota and Nahia were both going?
Yeah.
Okay. They are prepared and depart before you guys do, and you watch them leave. You watch them walk through kind of the front gate.
Oh wait, I do have something.
Okay.
So, my assumption is that this is all like happening in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Steris would probably have gone to visit you when he was alone.
I would say so. Well, I mean, I would let Sarah say so.
Yeah, that was what I was imagining.
But my assumption is that like if I'm not doing anything, I'm probably just like waiting in the courtyard. Isha's probably waiting in the courtyard.
Okay.
And when like they're talking about Calidris and all this stuff, like after that conversation is done, Isha kind of like prowls over there. Speaking of that stupid traitorous snake, tell him to return the sun to me when he can.
Steris will kind of look at you, all of her snakes looking at you, blink.
Visashia kind
What
of... sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
You see Vicitia cross her arms and kind of like grin and like pinch her brow at the same time. This kind of like amused annoyance. And you can go ahead.
And that's all I say, and then I just walk away.
Huh. Stairs will turn to Vicitia and be like, Isha's truly involved in everything, isn't she?
She likes to think so. And Vicitia will turn and walk away in perhaps more of a huff than you have seen.
Mm.
Okay. And then after that, you guys see Acelia and the other two departing. And they kind of walk through the gate. And you kind of have to, like, blink as you see them, like, shimmer and disappear as they walk through the gate, the front gate of the yard. And then, as you guys are yourselves just about finished, getting ready, Tourist kind of says, well then, off we go, and starts walking towards the gate himself, and then mid-step, just like his feet stop moving, his upper body continues moving, and he falls flat on his face on the ground. And a beat passes, and he's like, that's strange. Just like from the ground unmoving.
Do you need a hand?
No, I will collect myself shortly. Just one moment. And then you hear this kind of like hum and almost like this shaking, vibrating sound, and you turn to see what it is, and the tower, like the middle part of the tower, kind of like shimmers almost out of existence for a second, and then like pops back into existence with a literal pop sound. And Charis is like, oh dear.
Is this where we all unison say, how novel?
Literally. Scratching our heads looking at that.
Very, very funny. It seems I have some self-reflection to do. Oh, but you need me to open the door. What? Armis! Over here. And Armis will kind of like walk over. And a moment later, like kind of the front armor plates of Armis kind of like open up, and they kind of manage to get the unmoving Turris kind of placed inside the armor, and Armis is just going to carry him for today while he looks inward for a time.
He's finally wearing Armis.
It is not quite the fused summoner form. It's a little less functional than that, but it will do the trick to get him from one place to another.
Excellent.
And that, as you yourselves head through the gate and start to depart, you experience that shimmering sensation that you saw with Acelia and the others. Feel it for yourself as suddenly you're hit by a wave of vertigo, and your eyes are drawn to this point in the hills, kind of at the foot of the mountain as you are stepping through the gate. And this point on the horizon is kind of like expands and fills your entire vision, and when your foot falls, it hits grass, not the snow near the peak of the mountain. and you kind of like overcome this wave of dizziness and vertigo, and you look around, and you are at that point in the hills, kind of near the tree line down at the foot of the mountain. Behind you, you turn, and you can kind of see this mirage of the tower just behind you, in the hills, but you can also kind of like look and like see the tower, kind of where the tower is up in the mountains. It seems that there's like a little jump point between the tower and here. You kind of intuitively know that this is, or Turris will explain, that this is hidden from outsiders, but to the people that Turris has invited, they will be able to see this point, and kind of like enter the tower seamlessly through that little bit of teleportation.
Oh, convenient.
And you can kind of decide when you're like walking through the front gate if you are jumping down here or if you are just like going for a stroll around the tower in the mountains. The gate will more or less read your intentions. So from there, just to kind of confirm what we table talked in chat, you guys will be kind of pursuing the devil lead up in this region rather than going and intercepting the target of Steris's vengeful sight. That sound good to everyone? Does that sound okay? Just to confirm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you begin traveling that direction. You set off, you start descending this hill. You can see kind of the sand dunes off in the distance. You can feel the air getting drier as you descend into the valley. You see that there is this river that passes all the way through the valley, kind of as far as you can see in the horizon before the heat more or less disrupts your vision. Temperature rises rapidly as you're going down from the hills into this valley. And as you're traveling, you see kind of this along this river valley, you see like small kind of squat buildings peeking through the trees. As you journey west, there are ancient like obelisks and arches sticking out of the dunes to the north. There seems to be a watchtower and a camp to the southwest. And towards the end of the first kind of uneventful day of travel, you see a another camp, kind of a entirely different style, lots of like tents and a couple of stone permanent structures kind of lining the ridge in the north part of the valley, kind of out of direct sunlight, and with kind of like long sight lines both kind of to the southeast and the southwest. And that is about where you get on the first day of travel as the sun starts to set and soreness of travel starts to kind of set in. And would you... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
Maybe that was-
I didn't
okay.
say anything.
Um,
Sorry, my mic was being goofy.
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't interrupting. So, as the sun is starting to set, Turris kind of, do you guys want to open a door to go back to the tower? Or do you want to just, like, set up camp in the desert? It's cooling down rather rapidly as the sun disappears.
Isha is fine to sleep here.
Okay.
Yeah, the change of scenery is nice.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't seem, compared to Kalmacourt, where there were like these strange plants walking around and strange creatures besides, you see a couple of things. There's like, like a dingo of some sort off in the distance. You see a couple of animals kind of keep their distance from a group so large, made up of such large individuals on top of that. The wildlife is not interested in any kind of tangle here. You see, like, kind of as you're setting up camp, You see, kind of on the opposite side of the river, kind of a cart traversing southeast, kind of in a hurry. But it's largely uneventful as you set up camp. Do you guys set up any kind of watch here?
Yes. Perhaps it can just be Armis.
Um,
So I don't think he needs to sleep, but
I think that actually works.
he's not my Eidolon, so I don't want to command him, but that would be my suggestion.
Okay. Armis, just give me.
Yeah, I mean, also Isha will take the middle watch. as
Okay,
well.
sure.
I can take final watch.
I guess I will steal a perception check from Armis. Sorry, I just want to double check. That Turris's is not better. It is one better. Okay. Okay. So as the night, I don't know if anyone has anything they would like to bring up at camp, but as the night progresses, assuming no.
Yeah, you're good.
Konnor, I'm not sure how much you want to RP as Armis while Turris is not here. I'll kind of assume not much.
Yeah, maybe not as much if that's okay.
Okay. So as the watch is switching out, as like Armis goes to swap out with Isha, Armis is holding like a kind of like woven reed basket, like a pretty large one, and kind of like sets it down in front of you and is like, "This was left for you."
By who?
Cat person from up there, points at the village, not that far away.
Isha like peeks in.
Yeah, inside you see there's kind of like a bunch of fruits and cheeses and like simple bread, kind of like a just like humble offering of like kind of the local foods. And then there is like a little figure woven and twisted together with kind of the same reed thread as the basket, of like two, kind of looks like two mountains kind of like perching a sun kind of between them.
Yeah, Isha kind of like grabs the. I guess she like apparates a mage hand to like get the little woven symbol.
Okay.
He kind of like spins it around. Turns her head.
And I'll kind of let you decide if you recognize it and if you know what's going on with it.
I mean, I'm assuming I know.
Yeah, I think.
But I just Isha just kind of like noted. And she kind of like puts it away in one of her saddlebags.
Okay.
Do I smell food?
You awake from your sleep.
You can roll a perception check if you would like to be awoken by the aroma. It will be quite a toughie.
I like to think that Turkan just sleeps like a log.
Yeah.
When he knows he needs to sleep.
Yeah, there's no like smoked meats or anything super aromatic here, and you're not like starving, so it would be surprising if it woke you up, but it's possible.
I will just say his sinuses are blocked at the moment.
Sinuses are blocked.
Okay.
He's got allergies.
Isha, go ahead and roll me a perception check for your watch. Okay. You do not notice anything untoward on your watch. So morning comes, uneventful night, and you are able to carry on.
Yeah, in the morning as we're like packing up camp, she kind of like she walks over to Steris and gives her like some fruit and cheese.
Oh. Did you wake up early to purchase this? I didn't think there were any vendors nearby.
Oh, I see. No, it was given to me. Offered, you could say.
Offered? Like an offering? To... Do you have people who worship you?
I suppose so. It's, I was under the impression that something else had occurred, but it is possible they still recognize my visage.
Is it appropriate to share your offering?
Well, I'm not going to be eating it, so...
I suppose it would be worse for it to go to waste. She'll
Yeah,
from it and take a
she's like,
bite.
she is just like eating sand as she walks away towards scene. Cheese and fruit for the musician.
Also seeing you are muted.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Oh man, I love this stuff. And he'd just like start throwing it in his mouth.
Yeah, and then so she has saved more than half the basket for Turkan.
Yahoo!
Yeah, she walks up to Turkan and she's like, our mighty protector.
Raises an eyebrow.
And she kind of like gives you a sarcastic bow with the basket of food.
One part of me wants to take this to like, you know, overly dramatic, prostrating thanking.
That's how you win Turkan over. Give him food.
Alright, Lizzie takes handfuls out of the basket and starts eating and says, you know, muffles. Thanks.
The cheese is like, it's like a very kind of sharp cheese, rather pungent. And then like there's kind of a sweet pears, and there's this kind of a fruit with like a thicker, more rubbery skin that's on the more sour side. So.
I have to say, it's a nice change of scenery. Having the open sky above us again.
Yes,
Feels-
the stars were beautiful last night.
Not quite home, but closer. Wouldn't you say, Turkon? It was a mouthful. And then Steris will check on Turris. Or I guess check with Armis to see if Turris is okay.
Armis starts to respond, and then Turris, and it's kind of like strange sounding voice. Sounds almost like there's like interference. To us, it would sound like all of the basses kind of dropped out of it. His voice sounds kind of like thin and like wispy. He's like, "I'm doing just fine. I will be with you as soon as I can. But still dandy here."
And Steris probably doesn't finish the portion that Isha shared with her. She'll make sure that Stu gets a bit as well. Turkon doesn't look like he's sharing.
How would Stu like this?
I didn't
Stu
offer
only eats
Stu
meat.
any because my assumption is that Stu only likes red meat.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
wasn't
then
out of being inconsiderate. It was mostly out of understanding
Well, we
Stu's
tried to give-
preference.
Yeah, we tried to give Stu bread that one time, remember?
Yeah, and they were like, this is gross.
Oh. Yeah, that didn't go over well. Okay.
Um,
Well, then perhaps she offered it to Stu and he declined.
He'll probably like snatch up a lump of the cheese. He's like, "Guess I've had worse."
Well, with any luck, we can give you a more substantial meal shortly.
And Stu makes some difficult to decipher excited noises. Alright. If you guys depart from there, the valley itself, where Bessissia could have pointed you, is not too far away. It's kind of just around the corner, first northwest and then northeast. So you start going kind of, you turn the corner and start going back uphill, and unlike this kind of these loose sand dunes, kind of piling up, it's more rocky up here, still very dry. There's no, like, kind of river carving a path through this particular valley. That's a lie. That's a lie. There's a bit of a gully of a seasonal river that is actually in season at the moment. So there is a bit of a stream. You are progressing through the valley, and you see kind of off to the north side of it, kind of strange signs of a battle that catches your eye. Let's see. If you approach to investigate, you will find some scattered weapons, some piles of dust. There's, like, blood soaking some of the rocks, and then, like, there's, like, an immediate splash of blood on one of the rocks, and then just, like, black, like, ash, like, stuck to the rest of it, almost outlining this blood. There's a pile of chains and shackles off to the side of this point of conflict, this little battlefield.
Can I examine for any tracks?
Definitely. Roll perception check just to spot them in the first place. And then if you want to follow them.
Isha kind of walks over to the weapons and sees. I'm gonna try and see if I can identify who these weapons potentially belong to?
Sure. Yeah. So perception check for the tracks. Who the weapons belong to? Either crafting or society, I suppose.
Oh, wow.
What's up?
I won't be doing that. I will instead glean lore.
Okay. Excellent.
Where's my...
Enter can. You see... You kind of have trouble finding the tracks that, like, lead away from this battlefield. You see a lot of stomping around. There are some tracks leading in, some tracks leading out, and it's hard to identify what's what. Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow.
You see some, like... the one set of tracks...
Yeah, so I'm, like, holding the weapon as, like, a point of temporal focus. But you can continue with Turkon's things.
Okay.
Sir.
You find a kind of a set of like human and humanoid footprints that lead kind of back, kind of south, before the kind of rocky ground of the valley kind of like obfuscates them. There are these kind of weird, almost perfectly like kind of oval footprints. That are like perfectly sharp oval shape. That also just
And
they go a little further.
I wouldn't recognize what kind of footprints these are.
You can. What would you like to roll to identify them? You certainly can. It's definitely possible.
Survival.
Survival would be how you track them further. To like identify them, it would either be like society if you kind of think it's like a person, or nature if you think it's an animal, or it kind of depends on what you think it is.
Well, I guess I can try to deduce through society then.
Yeah, that'll work. I mean, it can work.
I will aid you with nature. Oop, if I can press it. Oh my god. We're
Sorry to
both
go
just
back a few
looking
minutes.
at this footprint.
No,
But can
problem.
you paste or paste the description of the woven reed symbol?
Yeah. Let's see.
It was two mountains with the sun in between them.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty much just correct.
Oh,
I was
great!
writing a longer description, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. And you are trying to identify these weapons. They have kind of like this strange like rust on the surface. They're very like angular and jagged. They look like devil weaponry. Specifically, kind of like one of the chipped fragments looks nearly identical to a kind of like glaive that one of the devil creatures assaulting Kalmacourt was holding. You know that one of the enemies who apparently lost a weapon here is a Levelock. Also known as... Oh, maybe that's just their name. Never mind. They don't have a nickname. but it was kind of the iron rust construct that was like manning the cannon at Kalmacord.
And then the other bit I wanted to do was, you mentioned there were chains and shackles. I wanted
Yes.
to see if I can discern if the shackles were like broken out of or unlocked somehow.
Yeah, you go and look at that. And it's pretty obvious to tell which is which.
Mhm.
And some of them appear to be just opened, maybe with a key or a set of lockpicks. Some of them appear to be smashed. And then some of them like appear to have had a blast charge surgically set upon them that cracked them open.
How many sets are there? 3?
Yeah, you'd think that there's probably maybe about 3 people were let free here, which would make just 1 each. 1 smashed manacle, 1.
Yeah, that's what I was discerning.
And back to Turkan. Sorry, this large round footprint. You can only think of one thing that it would be. A almost legendary group of people who are said down in Sarosa to be the only ones who could hope to match Minotaurs in might. These elephant folk from across the sea. Only they could leave footprints so like perfectly oval.
And Turkan just yells, "Finally a proper fight!"
Yeah, Isha. These are devils.
Steris, meanwhile, you're looking at these footprints and you're like, I think this is 2 round. This isn't a creature. So this is like a perfectly round indent every time.
I have no doubt we'll run into a fight, Turkan, but I am not so certain it's what you think it is.
What do you think I think it is?
Well, you seem to think it's something organic. It seems like it's a little too symmetrical for something of nature.
There are
It could be.
perfect circles in nature.
And it could be a shoe of a large creature. You know, it's
No,
possible.
Perhaps. Well, it seems like we're hot on their trail. Turkan wasn't able to figure out what direction the footprints were going in. I will try to give it a go.
Sure. No one has
See if we have an
actually
idea.
rolled survival to try
Okay.
to track it yet. So
No.
so Turkan
Well,
could
then
still try
I'll
that too.
do it.
Okay.
It was like Turkan was just trying to find tracks. He wasn't
True.
trying to... Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll pick up where he left off.
Okay. You follow the tracks far enough to know that the kind of like humanoid tracks, the human tracks, kind of break off and go southwest, and these big, heavier oval footprints head kind of southeast. You could probably follow them, but it would take a while.
You said the oval tracks were going northeast?
Really kind of like east by southeast.
Okay.
Kind of like seems to have led to these humanoids across the river and then split off from them.
Well, which track should we follow? Daris will point them out to the rest of the party and kind of shrug.
Well, I think we all know where Turkon wants to go.
Whichever he thinks will be the bigger fight.
So the track's heading southeast.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the like spindly, like pointed tips of the lava lock legs.
If you're looking for you can definitely identify that like none of these tracks that Turkan found were devil tracks. If you want to look for like the spindly legs of the level lock or anything more devilish, go ahead and roll me another perception check. See if you can spot what Turkan missed. Okay. So in addition to the tracks that Turkan found, you're pretty confidently able to find some tracks leading away northeast. They're not level lock tracks, but they are kind of clawed feet that seem much more in line with some types of devils. Not clawed, hooved, in fact.
Oh.
Perhaps more telling, these tracks are like burned into the sand, and at the bottom of the tracks there is like bits of glass where the sand has been burned so harshly, which is more telling of a devilish heritage.
To Isha, it's weird that all these tracks go in different directions. Like, nothing about the situation feels right.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a battle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great. We know that
There were prisoners.
we know that there were prisoners that escaped their shackles somehow. We know that some of them were broken, but some of them had like an explosive charge placed on them.
Mm-hmm. And some were just open. We know that there were some kind of devil there. The Lavalog specifically, we were able to identify based on the weapon we found, but we don't know how many.
Yeah, we know that one lost his weapon, and that's
At least one.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many there are total. And I don't know if we can discern that by the tracks. Maybe.
It just feels weird to me that they all go in different directions, and I don't like.
Well, perhaps the devils imprisoned someone, and they all split up once they escaped. Harder to follow that way. But we were sent here to dispatch the devils, so it makes sense to follow those tracks.
Turkon, you're versed in war strategy, right?
Yep.
What do you think?
A scuffle and everybody scattered and ran in different directions.
Stairs will point at him and nod. Like, that's what I just said.
A scuffle with elephant folk, prisoners.
You're saying, demons we're after.
Devils.
Devils or demons? Or is
Devils.
there not much of a distinction? In
They're
this?
devils.
Devils.
Yeah, they're devils.
Specifically.
Yeah, largely. Devils are schemers and deal makers, and demons kind of just want to eat you and your sins.
That was just to see if I can glean any further information out of this.
Ooh. Yes, actually. So, you kind of see, so these tracks, these kind of more oval tracks, the round tracks, they kind of like, they go across the river with these humanoids. They split up. They curve back. You're kind of like having Steris kind of like point out where they go. They curve back, and it looks like they head towards the devils are like heading up into kind of a pass, and they're like heading up into the mountains. These tracks are going up. The oval tracks are going up to like higher ground. It kind of seems like they too are tracking the devils, but trying to do it out of sight, trying to make themselves unknown. Make it unknown that they're following after the combat is the impression you get.
So they're trying to hide their tracks.
Yeah, they're trying to stay out of like plain sight of the devils if they just like stop and like look backwards.
Well, then I will relay all of this. As I'm taking a more in-depth analysis of the area.
Okay, well, I guess we will simply... It seems all tracks go towards the devils.
Except the humanoid one's escaping.
Yes. I don't really think that anyone here cares about the humanoids.
Mm-hmm. I was just being snarky.
No, yeah. That's okay. I was also being snarky. Well, your large-footed friend wishes to be unseen, and I know you don't like stealth, so why don't we just follow them up the road?
Sounds like a
Perhaps,
plan.
perhaps they have the same goal as us. If your theory is correct, Turkon.
Well, let's go find out, shall we?
All right. Steris pointed on the trail by Isha. Having Isha kind of like point out where the tracks are, you are then able to follow them quite easily. So you guys start heading kind of northeast, kind of into this valley, into this mountain pass that the devils are ascending. Let's see. Yeah. There's a pretty strong stream up this way that has carved this valley. And you start to see kind of like grass up here. Kind of a little more shaded from the baking sun. And you can see spots. It gets easier and easier to track the devils as they get into the grass, and these burning footprints just kind of leave marks. There seems to be only one set of footprints along the way, until suddenly there are like smaller kind of depressions in the grass that look more like regular footprints of some kind of creature, some kind of animal, maybe. It just seems odd that they are walking like perfectly in line with this devil. And as you are pondering that, you look up and look ahead, and there is just like up kind of the hill, next to the stream, there is just a pig standing there.
Just a normal pig.
Yeah, it seems to have spotted you guys and kind of like stopped in place, kind of frozen, and is just like staring.
I'm gonna like lean over and say, "What do we do in this situation?"
Cirrus is gonna take a good look at it.
Give me 1 sec.
She'll say, before you reveal whatever you're going to, she'll kind of make everyone stop. Like, let me take a look at it. These creatures can be unpredictable, and we don't want to potentially anger it.
You are taking a look at this thing. And there's like something about it that does look like a little bit off, and then kind of like resolving into your vision, you'd see like horns on this pig, and from its backside like flops this spaded imp tail. And you are looking at an imp that has changed shape.
She'll kind of softly tell the rest of the group, this is no regular pig. I think we caught the trail we were
pig.
looking for. No, imp pig. It's shapeshifted.
Pig. Ew.
Do you want to do the honors, Turkon?
Are we fighting it, or are we just talking to it?
Well, you were
There
looking
is-
to fight.
Inside of Isha's mouth, there is just a glowing, searing white light.
Oh god. She's loading. Charging your attack.
Charging my
Okay, well, then I'll
laser.
just-
You laser.
I'll rush at this thing.
All right.
My hammer out.
All right. It kind of goes like wide-eyed as you start charging it, and it's going to turn and also try to start running. Can you hit your initiative roll, and we will see who kind of gets the.
Goes first.
Would this be an athletics initiative roll?
That is totally fine with me.
Chasing after?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Just
I can't roll
sprinting at
because
this
there's
thing.
no active encounter.
Oh, it won't even let you. That's interesting. Can you just roll,
Yeah,
do like a
weirdly it won't.
/roll d20 plus your bonus? Or,
Or should
Or
I
you
just
could
do
just
an
roll
you
an
know what?
athletics
Here,
check.
hold on. One sec.
Hmm.
We'll get.
I mean, mine is just a 15. Like, unless you're rolling athletics, it should just always be equal to your perception. So.
We'll
like,
also
bonus
just.
bonus, basically.
You guys generally know what's going on. We'll just throw you guys in the encounter. Although technically,
I can see a lot of things.
you can see a lot of things. We'll just pretend.
My God.
We'll just pretend that it's just the one at the moment.
The imp is so cute.
Imp is out of reach. Let me zoom in, get a look at this guy. Aw. Does he have an earring? Look at him, so stylish.
It is an earring, isn't it?
It looks like it, yeah. Do you want the wow, Isha? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've
Scene in
been
Steris.
banking up
Go ahead and.
all these I've been banking up all
Okay.
these good rolls.
I was waiting because yeah.
Ah, that 19.
Oh, nature. What the hell? Let me. Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
I've never seen anyone else's character sheet like jump skills for initiative the way yours do?
Actually,
I
mine
don't
was-
know why it
mine
does
was
that.
on something else too. I had to
Oh
switch
my
it
God.
manually.
Well, it says that I've already been added to. It's fine. My nature and my perception are like the same,
Okay.
so it's fine.
Yeah, it's not. Well, is your perception higher or lower?
No, it's the same.
It
They're
is the
both a
same.
9.
Okay, no worries then.
Yeah. I don't know why it does that. That's so weird.
It's following you between games too. I don't understand.
I know. I don't know why that happens.
Okay.
Weird.
Scene of action. Scene of action. Can you go ahead and roll yours as well?
Would you be able to do it for me?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm up at the moment.
Okay. So, Turkan,
I'm listening.
you in fact go first.
We believe you.
So,
All right, and the one in front of us is the one that's running.
yeah, he turns, and he's mid like wings sprout from this pig's back, and he's trying to go into flight.
You know. Oh, my character sheet. Yeah. So keep closing it. Fool. Oh, and since I said I already had it out.
Yeah, I kind of assume you guys kind of knew you were walking into a potentially hostile situation. I hit all these imps. Why is it showing to you guys in the carousel?
You have to hide them in the initiative.
That's some bull. All right.
Yo. Oh, and I also forgot to rage. Whoops. So I was supposed to do that automatically.
Right. Yes. Oh my god. I forgot to remind you guys that you have like striking weapons. Like in this party stash, I'm pretty sure. And I forgot to remind you guys to like transfer them over. Maybe it's just +1s. Maybe you don't have that much striking yet. Yeah, that's in my head.
I don't think
Okay,
we
that's
have
fine.
any striking weapons. We just have rune. We just have the potency rune.
Okay. That's
Which,
fine.
and also none of us need them.
Yeah, most of you doesn't do that much. Okay, but you run in front of this guy and you slam into him, and the hammer sends him tumbling.
Just so you know, because I forgot to do the rage, it would be an extra 2 points of damage.
Okay. Okay. Sends him tumbling out of this pig form, and you see the full impish form that you see on the token art.
Alright, well. I have a second one, maybe. Oh, it's a critical.
Sure is.
Oh my.
7 damage to 36.
Oh, wow.
And I get to move him.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Your hammer, like, which direction do you move him? Not that it matters that much.
I'm moving closer to the group.
Okay. You slam the hammer into him and start shoving him this way, and he just like turns into dust as your hammer plows through him, and like, scene of action, you have to like close your eye to like prevent devil dust from getting into it as this thing just gets smoked.
Turkon's been saving up. Raring to
Good
go.
thing, Scene always carries large bottles of eye drops.
After every battle. Drip drop, drip drop.
Drip drop, shwick shwick.
Shwick, shwick.
Blink blink.
Good to take care of your eye. So you annihilated that devil. I'm gonna reset the position here a little bit. You're good enough with warfare lore that you know that that guy was probably some kind of scout, some kind of lookout, and it sure seems like you got rid of him before he could actually get anywhere and tell anyone anything. So
Hopefully.
you guys are still going to be in counter mode. I'm gonna like reset you guys down here, and it will technically be Turkan's turn again, although you can like pass the initiative order around however you want. So I'm going to kind of reveal kind of what you guys could see. If you want to investigate things further, you'll have to roll kind of for that. But what you see here is what you see, I suppose.
What you see is what you see.
Yeah, you kind of like come over the hill into this into this valley.
Is what I see what I see?
Oh,
damn.
the real question.
So you cast this and you're looking around. You fucking see if you want to drag that onto yourself as an effect if you have not already, but you see over here in the water, under the water, but like head peeking out. Just a very grotesque looking devil, just like watching you from the water, invisible. So like they're looking at you wide-eyed. You kind of like just came into their sight range, but you've caught them by surprise, caught them unaware. But you've spotted the second layer of scout.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck?
Turkan over here.
And you guys have had time to kind of like coordinate. You can hold off turns, ready initiative, however you want, kind of like before you start sneaking up here. So you guys can take your turns all at once if you want.
Hold on. I just want to see if I can blow up this
Okay.
If you could just
fly guy.
casually blow him up real quick, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So I will attempt to time sense temporal flux.
Okay. So, all right.
So I will attempt a recall knowledge. I guess this should be secret.
That's fine. That critically succeeds, so you can ask me 2 bits of information about him.
I guess I would like to know its... Man, I already know a lot about Azabub, though. Weakest save?
Weakest save. Split between will and fort.
And then, I guess... What spells it can cast? Like, the highest rank of spells it can cast?
Yeah, let's see. Highest rank of spells, technically, is it just the kind of highest rank, or do you get to, I guess, fifth?
I would like to know its highest rank, yeah.
Okay.
That would be...
If
If it can even cast spells, I guess.
I would say...
I don't actually remember.
So, technically 5th, but you know that many devils, even low-ranking devils, can cast, like, Dimension Door at higher ranks. But the kind of, like, highest actual level it has access to is 2nd. Other than the inherent devilish ability to Dimension Door.
I don't have one more action to point out, but I do have a +1 to an attack roll
Okay.
from my time flux, or from my temporal flux, and I'll just
All right.
Oh wow. Damn, with the eight.
that's a 30.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, it'll be double damage. So I'll do that. Double fire damage as well as double good damage. Yeah.
My gosh.
So this like blast of light just none of you guys see what Isha is seeing. But this blast of light just emits from Isha, slams into the water, and there's just like this kind of like sploosh, and then like a kind of puddle of ash in the water. Where the blast hit.
Impressive.
Disgusting.
I think there is.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, no one likes to see Isabel. I think that is going to be enough to catch the attention of certainly the two closest imps. Anyone else who might be present will know something's happening, but they're not fully alert yet. So I think next will be Scene's turn.
Do I know that there are like, the imps and people around?
Yes, the imps are like hanging out in the trees there in plain sight. They see this blast in the water, and this one starts like squawking and shrieking, and is just like, well, actually, I guess it's in diabolic, diabolic, whatever. We'll say diabolic.
Diabolic.
And so I guess
You mean it's not in tomfoolery or silliness?
True, correct. So you can't actually tell what it's saying, but it is in a panic, and it's flapping its wings and about to take off itself.
Okay. I am going to cast Courageous Anthem and Lingering Composition.
Okay.
So I'll do the performance check.
Fingers crossed this should be fixed now. I think that's a crit success. Yeah, last 4 rounds. So everyone can drag the
Nice.
Courageous Anthem upon them. That animation doesn't like do it for us, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It still just says 1 round.
Yeah, you have to
gotta-
increase the duration.
Yeah, you got to extend it
Yeah,
yourself.
you have to
Yeah.
the edit.
So what was it? 4 rounds?
Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, I'm going to use Loose Times Arrow,
Oh,
targeting
zoomy.
the people around me.
All right.
Oh, I don't even have to roll anything. Cool.
They do just zoom. You get to tell them to zoom.
Yeah. And that's my turn.
All right. Oh, yeah, you get it too. Sick. Okay. So everyone is zoomed. That one slows down the game too. What the heck?
I actually think it is just the combination of the two.
Yeah. There's a like optimization add-on that I think might fix this a little bit. So I'm gonna try to install that. Anyway, unrelated. Not that important. So that'll be your turn. This imp, boy, I don't actually know what he's gonna. You guys are blasting through their group pretty fast here. What What is the range of... Okay. So this one is like screaming and diabolic. It's gonna fly over here, and Turkan, it's going to point at you and start saying things in that same language, and you feel this kind of like pressure. This pressure on your mind. Let's see.
Ooh.
So if you want to go ahead and make a will save. This imp, whatever it's saying in diabolic, seems to soothe your nerves a little bit almost. And you almost think, this guy's not so bad. Maybe I should have like talked to them before I smashed them or something. And then you're like, wait a fucking minute. Wait a fucking minute, and you are unaffected.
Hey, that guy's more of a douchebag than I thought.
He tried to mind control me.
It's so funny. It's on a regular success for charm, you actually just think they were doing something harmless. You're like, that's so weird for devil. I think you can put the context clues together in the case of a devil.
All right, my turn.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move. And then I'm going to
Oh yeah.
activate my fan. So I use my quickened action to move.
Yeah.
I'll interact and then cast Gust of Wind.
Okay.
And I'm trying to... I think I can get them both with the 60-foot line.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay.
Oh, let me see. I'll target them both.
And this is a fortitude save. Okay.
Yes.
No problem. Okay, they both fail. They're both knocked prone.
Okay. And I think
and it
it's
was-
just on a crit.
Wow. So since they were both, I guess the one is flying, so it's knocked back 30 feet and takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So if you want to roll that.
Great.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Which one? That one.
Sad that didn't critical fail.
And it splashes into the water. And technically is drowning.
Great.
Well, I guess not drowning. It's holding its breath. The other amp. I guess they'll like kind of get like knocked out of the tree from it. They weren't flying, but they like fall out of the tree. So they're gonna get up for one action. What's their fly speed? Wow, not great. So it gets knocked out of the tree. It stands up, and then comes like screaming at you, but doesn't actually get to make any attacks or do anything yet. And then, Draken, it is your turn.
Alrighty. I can't occupy the same square as it, can I?
You actually can, I think. I believe they're tiny. Yes, you actually can.
We were just
feel like-
ganging up on this thing.
Oh, I still hit it. Wow.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god. You flatten it, and it turns to dust.
Bye bye, imp. Turco's like, that's too easy.
This is not a fight. I guess I can just.
I suspect this is
Stand
just the
here.
warm-up, friend.
You actually have another action, because Scene of Auction hasted you.
Ah, yes. Just quit.
So this imp is like trying to swim, like puts his head above the surface, and then just
It just sees me standing over. Of course.
Ah, hero point. Damn.
I don't want to waste it on the imp.
all right. So you bring your hammer
That's
down, and
fair,
it like
that's fair.
splooshes in the water. As does anyone mind if I delete the Babbling Brook sounds?
It is so funny. I only heard it when I was targeting the Zabub.
Yeah. I think Turkan can hear it right now and no one else.
Oh yeah, I can't hear it.
I barely hear it.
Oh, okay. I need to just turn my ambience down like a tiny bit, actually. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that in a minute. Okay. So, Turkan, as you are doing that, as the party sees Turkan going over and slapping at the water to try to finish off this imp, you suddenly hear heavy, like, stomping from up the hill, up the cliff. You hear heavy stomping towards the edge of the cliff, kind of like increasing in volume. And then you hear an explosion. And you see this, like, gleaming metallic thing. The bundle just, like, jump through the air and land with a heavy thud, kind of in front of Steris.
Oh my god!
What?
Coyote Jackson?
And, this thing
Konnor!
This thing lands.
Excuse me?
No, I'm here. I was trying to zoom in, and I was like, is that?
You gotta
Is
see
that
something
me?
crazy!
You gotta see something crazy!
This gleaming chunk of metal flies through the air, and then there's another like explosion beneath its feet as it descends and like makes a little crater as it lands on the ground, slowing its descent. This vehicle, you see this hunk of metal, this strange humanoid-ish vehicle, piloted by a dog person. Some of you might know as a Shuni. The vehicle is like equal parts beautiful, intricate metal, like Envoy, and then like hackneyed spare parts, like Envoy's spare leg. Just like bellows and like chains and cranks everywhere. And you hear a couple of like pops and shouts and clangs, but it's almost hard to tell which explosive consonants are coming from the vehicle and the apparently angry Shuni inside of it. But then you hear the Shuni shout, "You're killing all our marks, dadgummit!"
You were supposed to let Konnor do it.
Sorry, Konnor, would you like to repeat my shout?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
I'd like you to.
You're killing all our marks, dark ain't it? I'm dying. My throat.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
He's out of practice. Oh.
And he like cranks something, and then his arm, the vehicle's arm like lifts up, and just starts like spinning in just like a circle. And then again he shouts, back off. And technically, then it is the devil's turn up by the cannon, who like peeks out and like sees this, like looks back and forth, and he just looks shocked for a moment. And then he casts something. You hear him shout something in Diabolic. And he pops up. You see like a splash kind of behind this waterfall. And you can still kind of see his form like shimmering behind the water as he casts Dimension Door. Let me set this initiative.
The map is too goddamn big.
It is quite.
It is too goddamn big. And he's just fast.
Well, I could have shot him.
Oh shit!
I could have fucking shot him. I was like, What if I shot his ass?
How do I fucking update the initiative manual? Oh, I can't do it in that one. Sorry. I accidentally have a... Anyway, it is technically your turn.
I can clear this without attempting a check.
All right, sounds good. So I should mention quickly before you move too far. This is like up. It's on level with this ledge up here.
Yeah. It's like up and far.
Yes. But that's carry on.
Was that 150?
I believe so. I can double check.
130.
Yeah, that's only 105 plus a little bit of vertical. It'll be within 150.
Okay, well, this is all my level 3 spell slots, so you know.
Oh.
Rage. Give me a crit.
We're praging.
Oh my goodness. It is a hit.
It's a 27.
Is still just a hit.
That is fine. I didn't assume it would be more than that. But I want it to be.
This man's is... Wow. Has a bit more of a level than the imps. What? Oh, right.
Yeah, I know that he has a... Yeah.
He has an immunity that the
He has immunity to fire.
Zabub did not. Maybe it did share, and you just fucking blasted it with enough spirit damage that it didn't matter. Anyway.
Probably.
So you hear a shout, a diabolic curse behind the water. And then Scene, it is your turn.
Go RP with yourself.
Yeah,
Past and future.
be. I mean, hey, I now voice 3 people in the campaign.
I know. What the hell?
Certified voice actor.
Oh,
Voice
God.
actor official.
Who is still alive in terms of enemies?
In terms of enemies, there's technically an imp right here. There is a Vordine, aka used to be known as a Barbazu, up in the waterfall. And then there's a mysterious dog mech man over here.
With Elon Musk on him for some reason.
He's
Gripping Elon.
he really just the quick backstory.
Got him in his grippers.
So you can be on the inside of the inside joke. This is an independent mech technician who has it out for big tech. Really doesn't like big tech.
Yeah, he hates
He
big
also
tech. He
believes
thinks
criminals
really.
are in fact making the frogs gay.
Yeah.
Really also doesn't like unions, if that comes up.
Yeah, he himself
Oh,
is a
yeah.
union buster.
Yeah. If you didn't have big corporations, you wouldn't need unions. Therefore,
Yeah.
they're both evil.
I think Scene is gonna. Oh wait, how far? 120. How close am I to Coyote?
You're quite close to Coyote.
Yeah,
You can almost smell him.
I'm gonna try and cast Calm on Coyote
Probably can smell him.
because Scene has no idea who this guy is, and he just came in yelling.
Should almost give him an immunity to this. But in fact,
Oh.
let's
If you
see.
want
An
to give him
emotion.
a movie,
Any emotion effects that would affect the creature are suppressed, and the creature can't use hostile actions. If the target is subject to hostility from any other creature, it's okay. All right. Sorry, what was that?
I said if you want to give him immunity that feels fitting. I feel like his baseline is angry, so
He can definitely still be angry. He just doesn't want to be violent.
yeah. And then I guess let me see. I'm gonna force barrage the imp
All right.
that's in the water. I feel like I don't need to use a 3rd level spell slot, so I'll use a 1st level.
All right. How many actions? I suppose just one, huh?
Just one.
All right.
Because I think I can move. Because I have the
Yeah. You still have
Quicken.
it. Yeah. You can still move once.
yeah.
Wow. Max damage. +2. So. So close.
Ugh, I should have rolled a 3rd level or something. It doesn't matter. I guess I'll
We-
move.
We need to get you the wands that make your force barrage do more damage.
Yeah,
True.
I'm gonna move up towards Saris
All right.
and be like, "Have you ever seen this guy before?" And just pointing at Coyote.
Never. I'm not even sure what he is.
Same here. And that'll be his turn.
All right. The imp is going to get to the surface of the water and kind of like right themselves. And they're going to try to... They're going to try to cast a spell. This does provoke an attack of what's it called? Reactive strike, if you have it.
I don't believe I do.
Oh, okay. Really?
Unless it's something specific.
Sure.
I can believe it for barbarians. I think fighters are the only ones who get it immediately and for free. All right. So it turns invisible. Here, we'll do the actual invisible thing. Wow, that just actually does nothing. You guys can actually just totally,
Yeah,
totally fully see it. All right.
Still just completely see it.
All right, that's its turn. Steris, it'll be your turn.
So she'll turn her attention to this strange Shuni and call out to him, What are your intentions with these devils? You called them your marks. Are you going to help us?
And he was kind of like cranking up this fist that was spinning around on the mech, and then just like after the calm emotions hits him, he kind of like slows down and just kind of like, oh, the bugger tarnation. We're just trying to follow them back to where they're doing their big devil business.
Who's we?
We, I don't know.
Huh?
That sure is a smooth talker.
Huh?
Me and my team.
Oh,
And Dingo.
where are they? My team and Dingo.
One of them's tracking.
So you don't want us to kill us?
No. Unless you're a devil.
Clearly we're not.
He squints at you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Scene will try and like wiggle his tendrils to seem extra creepy.
Shuni definitely, like, he's already a pug. He's already making kind of a grumpy face the whole time, but there's just... He kind of, like... just, like, gives his head, like a little shake, and looks at you, and his jowls kind of, like, shake, and he's definitely making a face.
Scene will blink.
Blink specifically, not wink.
No,
They're
yeah,
so
no, not
similar.
this time. It's a blink. It'll be like the sandpaper. He hasn't used the drops in a while. He has the
Oh,
dust
God.
in, so it's
Oh
just
no!
like
Yeah.
Look, you really ought to get out of here. Let the professionals handle this.
What are you guys even after? Is it,
They're following the devils.
Yeah.
Though I doubt they'll lead you anywhere now that they're alerted to us.
They're pretty stupid.
Really?
They were leading us just fine till you showed up. And I figure if I come in here and I take a couple swings, they'll be confused.
So are we just done with fighting?
I don't know.
I mean, like, this is...
This conversation is extending perhaps beyond a 6-second turn.
way beyond a 6-second turn.
So I guess, Stairs, are you taking any actions besides talking to...
No!
Okay.
No, she is just talking to this guy. I can't even get to
All right.
Devil Man.
Meanwhile, Turcam. I don't think you're actually quickened anymore. So I think that has fallen off.
Yes.
Yeah, you currently kind of know where this... Well, yeah, go ahead.
I guess I'll just go up here.
All right.
Hercon's like, I'm not done fighting.
I'm still in the midst of my rage. Excuse me.
I can't
Pardon
waste
me.
it.
Alright,
Priorities
so
are in
I'm not
order.
able to get the guy up here, right?
Probably not
Is he, like,
quickly.
in the waterfall?
Yeah, he's like in the waterfall, and he's like, the waterfall is like 10 feet up. You can try.
By the way, if there's an invisible imp near me, I should be able to still
Yeah,
see
you-
them. And the
you
only reason
can.
everyone
You
else can see them is because we have shared token vision.
okay? You can still see him. And he didn't, like, move, he didn't splash around after he turned invisible, so technically Turrican still knows where he is.
Alright, I want to use my,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This is just to make a range strike with an object.
Okay.
Assuming just picking up a random boulder nearby, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's doable. Who are you chucking it at? It's range increment of 20
That's,
feet. Okay. That'll be at 2040. Not quite the... It'll be at a -2? Either -2 or -4. I never remember how ranged increments work. I play a ranged character, by the way.
Yeah, but you use a longbow. It doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Well, how do I go about rolling for this?
So go ahead and roll. It'll be like... It'll basically be 1d20 plus your unarmed attack, and I'll just adjust for range increments in a moment. Oh, it'll be at a -4. So it'll be just your...
It's okay. Just crit.
Yeah.
So I'll just turn off my strength bonus for that, and it'll be a +10.
Fair enough. Oh my god. Let's see. Object is a simple ranged weapon, 1d10. Damage increases if you have weapon specialization in simple weapons. That isn't the case yet, right?
He should.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, we should.
all right.
I'm expert in simple weapons.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll 2d10
Right on,
plus 1.
Does my rage play a factor into that or no?
I suppose it would include rage damage.
So, plus another 2 to that, it's 20 damage.
Good lord. Okay. Splashes through the water. And you hear another grunt, another set of diabolic shouting. But he is not down.
That was so funny. My team was saying no.
What?
Literally.
That touch felt very. That feels like the best callback.
So let's see. I think that's Turkan's turn.
Yep. Sorry.
Coyote spent his turn yapping. The Vordine is gonna run out of line of sight up in the waterfall. Stomping away. You hear the stomping and the hissing of the burning hooves hitting moisture along that cavern. Then Isha, it's your turn.
I'm still not entirely sure what the fuck is happening.
That's fair. That's fair. Just take out that imp. He's so ready to just be down.
This
Man.
Jesus Christ. This imp turns invisible as he's like crawling out of the water, and he's just sitting there like thinking he's so clever turning invisible. And then this spray of needles just fucking annihilates him against the shore, and there's a puff of invisible and then quite visible dust as it gets smoked.
Why is he here?
Why is he here? Tracking the devils, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're really
clearly.
ruining that for him.
Clearly.
Oh, that song has
Oh,
has no
man.
lead out. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it did just end.
I just haven't configured the fade out time.
Devil Cannon.
Yeah, it's not really a creature. It's just a bit of equipment that the Vordine was doing something with, but so we will say that that encounter is effectively wrapped up. And then Coyote kind of turns, looks at all of you, and despite the calm emotions upon him, says, "All right, I gave you my life story. What are you doing here?"
Clearing out devils.
What? Are you saying the contract was duplicated? I think.
We're not operating on a contract.
Then am I here? And then I think that is where we'll take a break real quick, and we'll come back and figure out why he's here.
Sounds good.
Catch you guys in a minute.
Nice.
Or 10.
What a crossover.
I know, this is amazing.
I am curious though, because I don't think Uro's traveling with them anymore.
Oh yeah,
So,
it wasn't.
I think that just leaves Dingo and Risen.
Yeah. Did Moto change characters ever? During that campaign?
Hysep could still be around.
Mm.
I'm unfamiliar with that character.
Yeah, you would be. I thought about if this was gonna happen like in 2 weeks, like after the folks are back from TwitchCon, I was considering having this be where like I was gonna offer to Dallas, be like, you could just bring back either of your expedition characters.
Didn't both of them die?
I'm so glad he
or something?
resurfaced.
Dingo.
No!
I don't think
like we
either of them.
thought
I don't think either
Dallas
of them
did?
died.
You guys joked that he died.
Yeah, there were jokes
Yeah,
that
we did joke.
Dingo exploded,
Oh,
Yeah,
But-
okay, yeah.
it broke our heart.
but I don't think that's canon real.
It was easier to cope.
He got
It was easier to cope with him dying.
yeah.
Coyote accepted it.
He got called in by the Union, and Coyote said he's dead to me, and that was just what was attempted.
Correct.
Sure sounds like he's dead.
Yep. God. I don't even know what notebook I have those notes in. Oh.
right, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I am back.
I didn't leave. I was reading my notes from way back when because I couldn't remember Dallas's other character. It was Reese.
I didn't want to confuse the footprints thing more, but the humanoid footprints were accompanied by one set of humanoid footprints that seemed exceptionally heavy. Like 5 times as heavy? 6 times? However heavy Reese is.
I can't hear you over the sound of this fucking waterfall.
I found that 30% is pretty good for the environment volume. That's about the level where it's not blasting in my ear every time I click on a token near it.
That's funny. My music keeps like cutting out though.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm gonna restart.
Okay. How come I can't... Oh. That's so weird. There's enough weird lag going on that it was making the statuses on the tokens not show up.
Oh. Well, I'm glad the lag isn't just affecting me.
Yeah. I turned off some of the statuses, so that should help. I didn't turn off calm emotion yet, because...
Because we need that.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, my music's working again.
Excellent. I know Sarah's here. I know Moto's back. Did I hear Bill and Konnor?
Yeah, I've been here.
Okay. I'll assume Konnor is still away. I'll see.
I'm also.
Oh, never mind. Hello.
No, I'm here. I think I spoke earlier when someone else was, and so it didn't come through.
Roger. All right, we can continue then. So, you guys ready for the expedition theme song that I don't think I ever played in the marches?
Oh my god, yes.
I think this is a complete version of the song and not some scuffy one, but you know, we'll see. It's not even playing for me, so
It's not for me either.
I believe it'll get there.
This song starts out kind of quiet, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, don't blast it. There are some toms that are not the loudest, for sure. So anyway. So, I believe Coyote was saying, I told you my life story. What are you all doing here? And you, oh yeah, yeah. Fair. And then he said devils. And then he was like, oh, that's weird. Duplicated contract? And you're like, you
Yeah.
didn't take a contract. And then he was like, what of them? What are you doing? Why are you here?
We were asked to dispatch the devils in this area. Didn't realize others would be involved.
Well. He kind of like rubs his chin, rubs his jowls. It's like, strictly speaking, I guess that's not our mission. So, guess there's no overlap here. We're here to rescue some hostages.
Ah.
They've been taking people and we're here to get them back.
Well, we left one alive for you. Perhaps it's dumb enough to lead you where you need to go.
Perhaps so. He kind of like looks up the hill. As you guys are talking, this rather alarmingly large robot starts just like climbing down the hills
Oh my god!
and like kind of just lines up next to Coyote. And then from like up the hill, you see this you see a head pop over one of the hills, kind of to the, I don't even know if you'll be able to see this. No, he's out of line of sight. There. He's like you see this like gnome head pop up over the hill. And he's like, hooey! That one's running off hotter than a biscuit in a blast kiln. Saw the signal from Risen over there. We can follow whenever. And
And I thought we were a unique group.
Coyote like sighs once, just hearing Dingo, and then sighs again when you comment on it. And he's like, I don't know that he has much of a response. He's like, hard to get more
Calm
unique.
emotion is doing a lot.
Yeah, yeah. He like doesn't bark immediately. He's like, hard to get more unique than some of our crew here. And he and his robot will start heading over to this trail over here. And start following whatever this Risen's signal is to follow this devil. Although they'll stick around for more questioning if you guys have more questions.
Scene is gonna like turn to Steris and just make some comment of like, I mean, I guess you know what they say when the devil went down to Georgia.
I'm unfamiliar. What do they say?
He'll just stare.
Can we get Iacraft to open a portal and take the devil cannon?
Take the devil cannon. Yeah,
Like, we're gonna take this.
he's like, yep.
Doesn't he hate those things?
It's exposure therapy,
Hey-
Tarkon.
Exposure therapy. He's not here to argue, so we can decide.
He just like stares at it. He's like, oh, I can open the door.
Do this, Turk.
I can open the door. It'll be ready when you come back this way to shove that thing through. Might need to pull it apart a bit. But yes, I'll get Armus to start working on it.
It's also less about him hating it and more about what the fuck is this, anyways. I don't believe that these operate under regular constraints. The better we understand the weapons of war, the more successful we'll be.
Better for it to be in our possession than theirs. Should we follow these interesting individuals?
We'll go the most direct route, I think. They're convinced that they can remain in the shadows. And that is fine.
Well, besides that one Shuni, the rest of them were fairly well hidden. Somehow. Regardless, direct route sounds good.
All right. So you guys can follow the loud Shuni up to that cavern. Start following the devil. The gnome kind of like breaks off and starts kind of scrambling up the cliff, going back up for higher ground. Yeah. So kind of like follow this cavern up, end up outside again. It's pretty immediately, like, quite cold where you end up. Kind of unnaturally so for where you just were. Like, you haven't gotten that far up in elevation. And this chill just, like, sets in. Kind of as soon as you exit this cavern. The devil footsteps that you're kind of, like, following. Kind of, like, still burn marks along this like river, and then the river itself kind of eventually turns from water to like there's just a thick layer of ice on top. There starts to be like there's not even like snow here so much as just kind of frost covering everything as you proceed, and then as you are carrying on, you see kind of this glimmering wall of ice kind of in the middle of this, this like stream gully, just kind of like blocking off a huge chunk of it. There's probably like 50 or so feet in front of the wall where the trees have kind of been like burnt away, and then like frost and ice have covered the charred ground. And like burnt out trees, kind of making sure that no one sneaks up on the fortress that way. And as you guys are kind of approaching, you hear like a kind of sharp like whistle off to the side. And the Shuni seems to heed the whistle and like turn and kind of follow it. And you see there, kind of off to the side of this this little river stream gully, there is a black-haired halfling in kind of a pretty black like outfit as well, dark clothes, just kind of like huddled out of sight, in this spot where kind of a secondary stream kind of flows into the main one that you've been following. And they start kind of immediately filling in. I forgot his name for a moment. Immediately starts filling in Coyote. Like, kind of points her thumb at the fortress. He's like, followed that devil back here. Seems like the hostages are kept in a room in the back. Was able to scout it out real quick from afar. Borrowed Dingo's scope. And Coyote kind of scoffs. She's like, kind of explaining the layout of the keep. How it seems to be kind of like split in two, and you have to kind of go over the wall to get back to where the hostages are. She's like, I found a kind of a way in the back that I should be able to slip in. By the way, who are these people? And Coyote's like, I should have come up with a clever answer for this ahead of time. But he's like, no, they're just some kind of devil hunting group just kind of bumbled in. Almost ruined our tracking. And she's like, oh, that's... Well, I was gonna have Coyote make a bunch of noise out here and cause a distraction, but maybe you all will do just fine for that. If you don't mind. If you're here to fight devils.
We are itching for a fight.
Well, there you go. And she kind of points her thumb at kind of the side stream. It's like, this leads up to a spot where the wall kind of is a little bit vulnerable. It looks like you might be able to crack it open, get inside from the side. They don't have strong defenses over there. And if you guys can make enough noise, then we'll sneak in. You keep their attention, we'll get the hostages out. Get their prisoners out.
Stairs will look at Turkon. Sounds like you have a wall to smash.
And the halfling kind of grins for a moment and is like, if you want, we can switch places. We can make plenty of noise if you want to be the sneaky group going in the back.
Stealth isn't usually our best tactic.
Kind of had a feeling. All right, well, let's get to it then. And she'll kind of like turn, and Coyote will grunt. The sniper gnome is nowhere to be seen. As the halfling is walking away, there's kind of like a moment where she pauses and kind of like looks down at this. She has this like very reflective, very pristine looking black short sword at her side, and she kind of like looks down at it and like furrows her brow and like takes kind of a glance back at the group, and then kind of blinks it off and seems to like say something under her breath to the like down to her hip, and then turns and continues walking off with the rest. Well, with Coyote.
Ah, yes.
So, give me a moment, and I will get you guys moved over to this map. So, You follow this frozen stream. It kind of like narrows significantly as you follow it up. And you find the point that you think this this halfling was talking about. There's a point in the wall where it's already kind of crumbling, and like a couple of rocks have kind of fallen into the stream from erosion. And you think you could probably knock this wall in with a couple of good whacks.
Well, what if I just...
What if he just rams his head into it? Yeah.
All right.
That's what I thought.
Before, let's see. Do you guys take any time to refocus and rest before the next fight? You get a couple of minutes of talking where like refocusing could
I
happen?
don't know if anyone used. The only one who would need to refocus
Yuta.
is no,
No?
is Scene,
Right.
Oh.
and I don't think anyone took any damage.
Yeah, I used like 2 spells and that maybe 3. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you need to refocus because you used the lingering composition as a focus spell.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. You guys can go ahead and refocus. There was time in between there to do that for sure.
Okay.
And any of your abilities that recharge when you get your 10 minutes of rest or whatever, those can also recharge. Turkan, you are getting ready to bash in this wall. You guys are kind of like huddled around the wall. You're identifying the right spots to kind of crack it open. And then you hear voices on the other side. Again in Diabolic. Do you pause to listen at all before you smash, or do you smash and try to catch them off guard?
Does anybody understand what they're saying?
Not
Nope.
at all.
Nope. I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, so like Isha is on the other side of the wall, or is like on the side of the wall, and Turkon runs over and she just like taps a wing on his back to Corbin.
Okay. Okay. You, just as you are about to plow through the wall, you hear one phrase in common, and that is, just in the middle of the sentence, you hear the words, "the hand," and then
Whoop.
Turkan smashes the wall. And if you want to roll well, let's see, bashing charge. Yeah. Roll your athletics for me.
Sure. Secret roll or not?
Nah. Doesn't have to be secret. You'll know whether you succeed or not. Anyway,
Ooh.
it is a little low.
Is this hero point worthy?
Is it low? Is it too low to do damage to it?
That's a pretty low roll.
Alright.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck?
Of course.
Well, at least we got the curse out on this one.
True. So you, like... Oh man, it's so close.
Oh my, quick, mention how you guys know each other.
This is just like how I ran into your temple and all those guys.
Wait.
Yeah.
Another hero point wouldn't help
Disastrous.
in this case.
Damn.
But you smash it once, and it isn't enough to bring the wall down, but like right where you charged into it, there is like a big hole in the wall. But like there's one big gap where you like pushed a chunk of rock out of the way. And like right perfect level with your face, as you are taller and this devil is shorter, you see the injured Vordine that you had already seen that you guys were blasting before through the waterfall, just like staring at you like, are you fucking kidding me, through this wall.
Can I shove my hand through the wall and grab him?
You can try to grapple him.
Oh my god.
Is that an athletics again? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Athletics,
Something
yeah.
else. Okay.
26, huh? You grab him.
I just want to pull him through the wall.
Oh my god. All right, give me one more athletics check to see if you can like tear him through the space of the wall. Okay.
Use your hero point.
Shit. Wait, did I get another one?
Yes.
Oh.
You mentioned your backstory. You mentioned your connection. You have another hero point.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
We'll encourage it.
Sad. Sad.
My hero point sucked.
Go ahead and roll 1d6.
1d6.
You just fucking Bravo smash against the wall.
Literally. Yeah, you like pull him against the wall, and he just goes like, "Dad!" And there's like you deal 4 damage to the wall and to him. Unfortunately, he appears to be resistant to that low amount of bludgeoning damage, but the wall is not, and more cracks appear. And I'll get you guys in encounter mode in a sec.
I'll just keep trying to pull him through the wall to deal more damage to the wall.
All right.
Anything is a hammer if you're big enough.
Exactly.
Literally.
Oh wait, this 2 should actually not be in this. Okay. There we go.
Is this another athletics initiative for me?
Definitely.
Jesus.
I am rolling so awful.
We all rolled pretty mid there.
All right. Cian,
It's all you, Steen.
you will actually go first here. You can technically
This
see
feels
this
wild
guy.
for any of my characters.
What? Oh yeah.
I feel like I always am at the back of initiative.
He's like, what do you mean I'm going first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm gonna. Can I do rest for the night? Just to replenish. Well, actually, I don't think.
You just give yourself a focus point. It's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, never mind.
Did I just see "can't be pickpocketed" pop up? Is that the message I just saw? Sorry, go ahead.
Oops, TikTok.
I guess I'll start it off how I always start it off.
All reliable.
All reliable. Courageous anthem and lingering check. Performance check. Here we go. How's a 26?
26 is a success. Not a critical success.
That's okay. Oh, whoops. Put it on myself and instantly just removed. Three. Okay. And then anyone?
Turgon would love a haste.
Anything that lets them hit a lot will go over well.
That's fine. We'll just literally repeat what I did last combat. There you go.
Hey.
That's my turn.
All reliable.
All reliable.
Also, make sure you
God. Ignore
use the
that.
runic weapon.
Just
Bill. I'll put it back in chat for you. I don't have permission just to drop it on you.
Oh.
Which is fine.
Rip.
It looks like he has it. Looks like he has it.
So who? What now?
You have runic weapon on you.
Yeah, I just put it on me.
Yeah. Okay.
I am not well equipped to fight devils. I'm pretty sure they're immune to like acid and fire, and that's like everything I do.
They only have one confirmed immunity right now.
True. I'm extrapolating from past experiences.
And it is fired.
But yeah, and it is fire.
It is fire. You are correct on that.
It's okay. We have a Turcon.
Everyone,
We have a
A
Turcon.
mighty protector.
everyone is hasted for one turn. We probably don't need to drag the haste on, considering
Okay.
it
Oh,
lagged us
yeah,
all
we don't
out.
need to draw. Yeah, we don't need to draw the quickened.
Yeah, everyone gets
for
a
some
free
reason-
move.
Cool. I'll remove it from myself.
Oh, I forgot. To
I also, for some reason. Oh, okay. Then. I was gonna say I can't pass.
Yeah. This guy, the other devil that most of you cannot see behind this guy. There's like a screech kind of behind the Vordine for a moment, and then a like past Turkan's arm and past this guy's head and shoulder that Turkan is trying to shove through the hole. There's just a flock of vampire bats that starts pouring through the gap in the wall. At you guys. I don't remember if summons roll their own initiative or if they go on same turn, but I'll figure it out in a minute.
Usually, when you sustain a summon spell, you can
Give it.
give it a command.
Yeah, there's just like no instructions on the summon animal about that at all.
Yeah, I'm sure it is just in the summon greater text. It's
Okay.
just not never on the spell.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair. So I'll just put it like. Yeah, they won't have
Normally
an
they get
initiative.
like
won't have an
they
initiative.
normally get like a free action the turn they're summoned, and every turn after.
Yeah, the action in this case, he actually literally can't see through the hole. So the action in this case is to fly out here, and it will fly to this spot on top of all of you, but we'll cant it so you can select your tokens a little.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then it is the Vordine's turn. Why is his text blank? Whatever, it doesn't matter. He is going to desperately try to escape your grip for one action, which I believe is just athletics or an unarmed.
Do I need to roll too, or?
Nope, he's rolling against you, and he definitely fails. So he tries to escape once, you hold fast. He grumbles, and he, like, grabs his trident from nearby for another action, and he's going to try to just stab your arm with it. At Matt -5, because he already tried to escape. But he does hit.
Please hold.
Please hold. Oh my gosh, of course. So he, like, goes to jab the arm with the trident, and it What does the arm just like briefly turn to sand before turning back into turkey?
Yep.
Yeah, just like the trident stabs through the sand. And this guy, this poor Vordine, is just like,
Having a bad day.
yeah, he's having a rough one. Let's see. Said the vampire bats aren't gonna get an initiative. They go in. This is Bell is sustained. You hear like kind of a clattering and clanging from the other side of this, from kind of around the corner in there. Between the bats and the wall that is still present, it is kind of hard to see it. But some kind of hulking metal object is definitely moving in the next room. Turkan, it is your turn again.
Okay, so if I let go, does that mean I have to draw my Corbin, or do I?
So you do have to like re-grapple him as well if you want him to stay grappled.
If you want him to stay grabbed, you have to
No.
re-grab him.
I just want to hit him with the hammer now.
Okay. I don't know if your hammer has like a one-handed thing.
It does.
Oh, then you can use whatever one-handed attack options you have with that. Or if you want, you can take an action to grab it with both hands and then bonk him with that.
I guess I have to do that because
Okay.
there's nothing
Okay, yeah.
on the grip option.
Yeah, some weapons like bastard swords let you hit with either grip and it just does like less damage in one hand. But many of the big two-handed weapons do not. Excellent, that is a hit. Oh my god, that's the damage. So you let him go, and you like just shove the hammer through, and like smack him in the face with it once. And he stumbles, and he's looking real rough through the door.
Alright, so that was a weapon and then attack, so I still have another action, correct?
Yes. If you attack him, it will be with multi-attack penalty, but smashing the wall will not be. Make your choice, however.
I'll hit the wall then.
All right.
Just a random
Yeah, just go ahead and
attack roll.
roll one more athletics check, and like if you roll over, don't roll a 1. 2 1s side by side, that will do it. So you smash the wall inward. Go ahead and roll 2d6 as the wall just crumbles on this devil.
Oh.
And that also will do it. So he turns, and in common, he like he's looking upward, at something you cannot see yet, but he's looking upward, and he shouts just before this wall tumbles down on him. He shouts, "I hope the abyss opens up and eats your vengeful heart!" And then, like, this tumbling of rock
Oh my god.
just collapses on him. And he's just fucking gone.
That was directed at somebody else, not me.
Yeah, he was, like, looking up. And as the wall crumbles, you can kind of see there's, like, a tower up here.
Mhm.
And he seemed to be shouting it at the top of the tower.
Oh, and I still have a movement action.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, quicken spell. Okay. Well, then I will go over here and block this thing.
Okay, yeah. You also see the aforementioned hulking mass of metal and rust and fire walking around the corner. And go ahead and roll me a perception check. Your primary attention is on said hulking metal mass. And Isha, you can start taking your turn.
Sorry, I also forgot to take the damage. Oh, no, I didn't. Because of the delay consequence thing.
Yes, and now the guy's dead, so there will be no consequences once again. A common occurrence.
No consequences
yeah.
for my actions.
Yeah, you catch a glimpse of a humanoid at the top of the tower. Kind of like thick, not quite chin length hair, seemingly. But your attention is drawn elsewhere. Befuddle on the
On the
level.
lava lock.
Okay. He's fuddled for sure. Both clumsy and stupefied. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. He is fuddled.
Befuddled is a spell. Befuddle is a spell for sure.
I know it comes. What's a stupefied do?
It makes it so it lowers his will.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ma-
makes it easier.
Yeah.
It lowers his will, and then also it lowers his spell attacks as well.
So
Cool.
this thing is coming around the corner, and it like turns to focus on you, Turkan, as you're like moving forward, and it like accidentally like shoulder bumps on this corner of the wall and kind of like stumbles the other way, and it's one of its many pointy feet kind of like slips on a rock. Like looks down. It is having trouble keeping its balance all of a sudden for some reason.
Freaking bats. Okay.
Thunder.
Oh wow.
I'm aiming at the level lock.
Okay. Failure because of the clumsy.
Excellent.
So he takes this.
And it gets another thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Another gets another thing of clumsy too, doesn't it?
Oh my god.
Does he? Oh shit, he does.
And it is. Oh yeah, it would have taken a -1 also because it is literally metal armor. If damaged by the spell, it is clumsy 1 for 1 round. I'll increase its clumsy. I don't remember if clumsy works like that, but I'll increase the clumsy.
Excellent. Okay. That was 2 actions. And then I will try to strike the bats. My snakesel attempt.
Bill,
Yes.
do you want to hold your initiative till after me? That way I can get in front of you so that I can delay consequences, and then if you actually take damage, I can temporal buffer you before.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is a miss on the bats, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, it is a miss on the bat. Okay, and then
Are you not melee strike snake fangs? How is it only a +3?
I'm trained.
good question.
You should definitely be trained in
I am
snake fangs. I
untrained.
don't know how to fix that off the top of my head, but go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, okay. I will
'Cause it-
mess with it.
Yeah, it should count as like an
Oh,
an
no,
unarmed
not
attack.
the scene. Sorry. Sorry, I was checking your health scene. I'm not aiming at you. I'm aiming at the bats.
This is piercing damage.
Yes.
Not like magical in any way. Okay, so you like manage to like bite at one of these bats. You do straight up kill one of the bats. But the swarm is
Has a little snap.
yeah.
He's big.
The swarm is many. Well, actually, the swarm is 10 more of those bats, give or take.
Great. Okay. And then for my, I am haste. I'm just going to move.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn. Oh shoot. I just.
Okay.
There we go.
As you kind of come into the sight of the tower, you go ahead and roll a perception check.
Ooh. Okay. Perception.
Okay. Yeah. Scene of action, you can start taking your turn. You and Turken both basically see this kind of pretty normal-sized humanoid. Probably about maybe a little bit taller than you. They have already like started to turn away. They have like a sling over their shoulder, and the most notable thing you can see about them is that there are a couple of these glowing purple orbs in the sling. And they seem to take a double take when your party bursts through the wall and starts running in together. But you don't get many defining features.
You're muted, Konnor.
I'm blasting these bats with a heightened concordant choir
Excellent.
action.
All right. Fortitude. Okay.
Yeah. So it should be.
Where's the level lock in the initiative?
You're correct. It's after the Zabub. I think these guys fail against that. I don't know. Your guys' saves are.
Yeah, 21
Okay.
is my spell DC.
He just fails. So go ahead and roll me your damage.
Getting blasted. Roll damage. I think this is right.
Holy.
That's it. Yeah, that's a 10-foot burst.
There's an. What does your sound like? Well, what does this concordant choir look like coming from the scene of auction?
It's just like power chords on his lips, which I feel like probably sounds awful, but he makes it work.
All right. So you slam the power chord, amplifying the volume of it with your magic, and this entire swarm just like starts screeching, starts dropping out of the air. All of them disappear before they even like hit the ground as the spell just dissipates.
His tendrils will one hand essentially will go up into like a fist in the air. in like a victory stance. And then he'll turn around and he's going to have one action.
All right.
He'll do a level 2 force barrage with one action.
Okay. Alrighty. Who are you pointing this at?
Oh, sorry. This guy,
The big boy?
level up.
Alright. Blam.
And that'll be it.
Alright. So yeah, this missile of the force barrage just like slams into one of the rusty parts of his armor, and it just like that piece just implodes, falls into the fire at his core. The ugly Zabub, on the other hand. His swarm defeated, he screams again. I believe. Okay. He would not spend the time to turn invisible. He will fly around behind Turken and try to bite him. And with the flanking, should get. Let's see, this should.
I don't have like immunity to flanking stuff.
You do? Oh my god. Fair enough. That's why it's not giving me sneak attack. So. Wow. You aren't off guard to hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures of your level, or he's definitely lower. So,
Okay.
all right. So he tries to go for like kind of a vital spot, and you kind of turn. He does still get his mandibles on you and deal 9 damage. If you want
That's my temp HP.
to. And then since he did some HP damage, right? Are you at full?
Nope.
That literally.
I had 9 temp HP.
All right. Well, since he didn't do damage to your health, I'm gonna say he didn't actually like break the skin, and so you have not been affected by his disgusting bite, the filthy bite. I guess I'll try to bite you again, though. That was only 2 actions. He might as well. Dig in harder. He misses.
Can't break.
He's just slobbering on.
He's literally just slobbering all over.
Slobbering.
Gross. Gross. Literally like multiple mandibles like grabbing onto your arm, trying to break the skin. It's like nothing happening. The level lock might have some more luck. But he is quite clumsy. But
Did you say lava luck?
level lock?
It just hit him.
What?
I was making a joke about the name. Would you say a lava luck?
Oh.
Like,
Yes, correct. Yes. Might have a I'm gonna hit him.
No, you're not. Oh, yes, you are. What the fuck?
Oh shit!
Is he higher
Forever.
level than us?
He is higher level than you. This man is. So you're like possibly literally laughing at this weird bug baby trying to bite you, and then this trident gets raised up and just from the other side just pierces deep into your skin.
That's okay. I got one more of these, and I'm out.
Okay.
Oh, one more.
I got one more of these, and I'm done.
All right.
So that was my last one.
Okay. He is going to tilt his head in confusion as part of you kind of like turns to sand and absorbs the blow. He is instead going to reach back and grab grab a net that's kind of like draped across some of his spikes, and he's just going to point blank throw this net at you and hope that has some better luck. Ties you down, maybe. He's gonna fucking miss. Of course he is.
A cartoon?
This net, you get out of the way, and it just kind of flops on the ground as he kind of clumsily catches it on a stalactite on the ceiling, and well, I guess this is open on the ceiling. He catches it on the wall, and it kind of drags and misses you as a result.
I'd like to imagine that, in the midst of combat, we all just stop and stare at this as it happens.
Literally catches on a rock at the wall, and he just kind of tugs at it, and then just rips it off the wall, and it falls out of his hand on the ground.
Yeah, I am delaying my initiative until after Isha's turn.
Okay.
So if you need to rearrange us on the...
Yeah, let's see.
initiative bar.
Delay turn. That button didn't fucking... Alright. Stand by,
Now we
stand
just-
by, stand by, stand by.
Oh.
Isha.
So this is 3d4. So I can absorb half of it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
3d4.
Yeah, my brain. I thought I typed slash roll. So you'll get 8 temp HP.
Okay.
All right.
Of cold water on my head. All right.
And I guess
Yeah, it is basically Isha just like buffets sand on you. Is basically what is occurring.
kind of like almost at the same time that Isha is taking their turn, the humanoid on top of the tower kind of takes a running jump like off the ledge of the tower over to the wall of this cavern. First you see them kind of like hold both their hands out, and two things happen at the same time. These kind of like claws extend from their hand, from their fingers. These long, kind of like dark wooden claws, and in addition, the kind of like chin-length hair kind of like extends into a longer, writhing mass that goes past their shoulders. And then they take a running leap and grab onto the wall of this cavern and start to like climbing up towards the cliffside. And only now do you realize that this person is a steno, although one under some kind of interesting circumstance, judging by their transformation. That happens kind of while Isha is taking their turn. You all have spotted her. You can decide how much of this you see, but then it is Turkan's turn. Oh, sorry, Isha. You maybe weren't done.
I missed.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I missed.
Alrighty.
Oh my god. All right, Clumsy doing work.
What the fuck?
Your hammer sinks into this iron mass, and like dense part of it sends rusted chunks like kind of flying all over the place. Gouts of this hellish fire start like spurting out of its chest. The armor just completely compromised. That's a real good strike. It's looking down. It doesn't have a facial expression, but just the way it moves, its like metal head like conveys plenty of confusion and alarm.
Okay, so if I make it like fly into the wall behind it, will it take more damage from that?
A bit, not a lot. Yeah. It'll be like, I think, I don't remember how much like a unmoved shove gives. It's probably not more than like 6 damage. It's not a ton.
Well, let's move him actually down to the right 5 feet.
Okay. Like there?
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. Alright, and I guess I'll swing again. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, just barely a miss.
Same thing twice. Alright, well, I guess it's me.
Yeah, and you're gonna take 23 damage at the end of your turn.
Yeah, let me see. Well, Steris, you can start taking your turn. Just checking if this guy.
I will hasten Turkon.
I guess it was already factored in, so never mind.
And then I'll use an action to Steno lore recall knowledge on the Steno.
Okay, I'm gonna show you this.
Rip.
And you can decide if you want to hero point it in this.
I will.
All right.
It's another nat one.
I mean, perhaps.
The weapon at their side is one moment. The weapon that this steno is carrying at their side is undoubtedly Sig's.
Oh. I think all of Sarah's kind of startled a little bit at that recognition. All of her snakes kind of like stiffening a bit, and then she'll gather herself to focus on the fight. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Sinabak-chin, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to. We still have Bridges Anthem for one more round. Scene is going to do a 3-action force brawl. Level 3.
All right. It's max level force barrage.
Can I
right? That's
split-
flaming.
Can I split it between two characters or like two creatures? And...
You can if you like. Yes. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
thing you're allowed to do.
Okay, I need to. I do roll damage.
You just
I don't
click
know.
the
Go ahead.
force barrage damage button.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll the max damage and tell me how many are going to which one, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure this out because since it's heightened, I'm gonna be shooting 6.
Yeah.
I think. So I just roll damage 6 times. I was trying to figure out if there's a way that I can just like do
Oh,
like change how many it rolls.
yeah, I'm not sure what
I'm
the.
gonna try this.
No, you just like target one and then do the damage, and then target something else and do the rest.
Okay, that's fine. I guess I'm actually gonna do here. I'll target this guy. I'm gonna do 2 things to him.
Okay,
And
for
then
the level lock.
Yeah.
Okay, for the other one, just do like a manual / roll. 4d4 plus 8. I believe is what it is. All right. So you slam 2 missiles into the level lock. Again, breaking off more chunks of its red rusted armor. The Zabub takes the majority of the barrage and almost just falls over from that. Like, almost gets knocked out of the air by this barrage. And I believe that was your full turn, right?
Yep. Oh wait, actually, I have one more action
Really?
that I can use to move. Oh wait, never mind. I'm not quick enough. Don't. Yeah. Oh good.
Don't worry, I do that too. I'm
Yeah.
so used to being weakened.
All right. He's going to turn to you now. My targets keep, like, falling off. He's going to turn to you, quite angered by this barrage, and he's going to just try to bite you twice. See how it goes.
Uh-oh. Scene
Oh
is
yikes.
squishier. Oh no.
Yikes. Oh, good thing I missed.
Yeah, the second one is a miss. Good lord, the
Wait,
first
so
one's a lot.
41
Oh, never
damage.
mind. No.
No, it's 11.
It was 30 was the hit. 11 is the damage.
11.
And then I
Oh,
need you to make
okay.
a fortitude save.
Okay, let me do this. Oh, wait. Actually, I can just do take damage. I'm down.
Correct.
Wait. How do I... Why isn't it showing up?
I can click it if you want.
Plus... Oh, no, it's fine. There we go.
Alright.
You need fortitude from me?
Yeah. Alright, you're totally fine.
I am fortified as hell.
It is going to spend the rest of its turn flying off. And it has 50-foot fly speed, so it zooms over there. The level lock. If it was an emotional person, might be a little irritated at that, losing flanking. But this one, undaunted, will raise its trident and try to stab at you again. It will try to throw its net over at the giant eyeball.
They're trying to take away our celebrity.
Mm-hmm. The net is cursed.
Of course.
though, man.
The net is
It
cursed.
is.
And then
God.
it's gonna start like clacking over to this doorway and just like block it.
Protecting his little friend.
Protecting its little butt. Can I squeeze through this? Is there a chance I can squeeze?
You would have to tumble through, I think.
Slide under his legs. Yeah.
Fine.
That is unfortunately a failure.
Yeah.
You can still see him, albeit he definitely is getting cover from this big guy, but you can still see the Zabub back there.
I'm not trying to kill the Zabub. I don't actually care about the Zabub.
Oh, okay.
Let's just try one more time.
Oh no, you keep getting a lower,
Oh, no.
one lower every time.
That's fine.
Damn.
I'm still within range of the level lock right now.
Yes, actually.
Turkon's like, I don't even need to move.
Just pivots on his foot and swings with full force.
Yeah, you like shift both your hands down to like the very back of the hammer for like the golf swing. Another big smash, not quite as convincing as the previous one, but more dense to the armor, more damage for sure. This thing is starting to fall apart. You can see like several places where it's just rusted through, barely holding together. It's gone looking from looking like a 90s car to looking like a 50s car real fast.
This is definitely the Street Fighter stage where you just beat up the car.
Yeah, you like knock it one way, knock it the other, and like a pauldron flies off.
Alright, well, then I'm gonna use my last 2 actions since I'm hastened to do I'm gonna pick up, like, I don't know, I guess a chunk of the wall behind us and throw it at the Zub.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Now, how do we do that? It was just an unarmed attack, yeah?
Yeah, unarmed attack will do it. It will be at multi-attack penalty.
Oh, okay, dang. Oh, that was
Aw, rip.
I was targeting the wrong thing, but
An 8 would have missed the other guy too.
it's just a chunk of wall goes flying over everybody.
Yeah, it just like gets lobbed kind of like over this wall and just like crashes in the middle of this room. All right, Steris.
Perfect. So I'm going to spend an action to sustain my spell. And then I will 2 action heal Turcon.
Holy shit, man. Sorry.
Nice. Wow, that was a fancy little effect.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, all better.
Almost all better.
Well, almost.
I subscribed to the Effects People's Patreon a while ago, so we get the good stuff that really fucking flags us
The good
down.
effects.
Yeah, they're really cute. It like jumped from me to him.
Yeah, crashes our computers.
Nice little effect. Yeah, you know, worth it though.
Yeah,
it's so
yeah, yeah,
pretty.
Eventually, Sarah will just get a better computer because she's like, I'm tired of these goddamn effects lagging me out.
It lags me too, but I am running 2
Tired of
windows.
this, Grandpa. Yeah, one day I'm going to have 2 monitors and like a whole actual PC.
She's gonna play Baldur's Gate 3 for 10,000 hours and have
With all
nude
the mods
and
I'm not able
everything.
to do. Probably.
You
Oh,
don't need
man.
a nude mod in. It's
She-
fine.
No, she's gonna do enhanced nudity mods.
Oh,
for
okay,
sure.
okay.
Connor!
I was waiting. I didn't want to interrupt your important
Horse
conversation.
barrage them!
Be
Kill them!
so polite.
That was literally my plan. I'm just gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
Who you prioritizing?
I'm probably gonna do the same split.
All right.
I'm gonna do 2 at the first guy, 4 at the next. So I'll just do slash.
I like doing my favorite thing about Force Barrage is targeting someone and just clicking the Force Barrage damage button a bunch. Just shoots like
You know,
bunch
you're
of
right.
missiles.
You're
It's
right.
very
What am
fun.
I doing?
So, yeah. Oh, no, we need more missiles at him.
Lamb.
Can
Wow.
can I chain?
Truly, I would just do I would do more at the lava lock.
Yeah. Is that okay? Can I do
It's up
that?
to you.
Okay. I didn't know if I had to pick beforehand.
Lamb.
Oh my god, is this one of those at death doors, but he's actually at like 50
Jesus
HP?
Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, he's getting another one.
Blam! Barrage of missiles hits his front and just like keeps knocking chunks of armor off of him until finally this 4th one just like hits the fire in the middle of his little chassis, and it just explodes and wreaths his entire body in fire, and it burns to chunks of rust. And he is dead.
Nice. Now the other 2 are going at this person.
You know what? He's dust. He doesn't have an inventory.
What do you mean? What do you fucking mean?
Well, Lux don't have an inventory.
That's ridiculous. Him hits us with a glaive.
His glaive is made
doesn't have an
of
inventory.
chunks of his they
He's
fall
made
apart.
of
They
his
fall
Yeah,
apart.
glaive.
when
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I get it. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's okay. You don't want to give us the loot. It's okay.
It's not me. It's in there to script. It's
Stop.
Right.
All right, that's
Right.
Right. I think the Zabub's gonna get away. He's got a 50-foot fly speed.
Rip.
I think he zooms kind of around the corner and then beyond.
Around the corner and beyond.
That feels so disappointing. I hit him with 6 force barrage missiles.
You know what? He literally has 1 HP.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's like he's flying. What's a lone Zabub gonna do? He's flying around the
Runs
corner.
into a fire.
Yeah.
He's flying around the corner. He gets really cold. Dies.
Nice.
One of your missiles is just like following him as he's flying off, and you just see the missile impact his side, and then he gets impaled on one of the spikes on the tower and disappears.
That's amazing.
Oh. Okay, where the hell is that Steno?
Yeah. What do you?
He narrated that it went that way.
It
Like off the top of the tower.
It jumped off the tower over to the wall. I don't actually even know what this map looks like to you guys. Here, I'm gonna delete some stuff because the tower is
looks
not.
like a bunch of black.
Yeah. The tower is not like actually there. I will show you what this other part of the map actually kind of looks like. I'm gonna delete this like one at a time.
I was making the mistake of being in immersion mode when you were describing where they were.
It's pretty far. It's not, it looks closer than it is, because over like the real tower is over here. Why the fuck? Over here? Like kind of across this chasm at the edge of the cliff ahead of you. So the real tower is like actually kind of far away. This southern bit is actually, it's just like one of those map making tricks where it's like, oh, here's the second floor of the tower that's actually across the map.
Oh. Okay.
That's why the positioning looks
Got
a little
it.
weird, but
Perfect. So I'm just seething instead of.
yeah. So they're actually like nearly 200 feet away.
Yeah.
You can still see them kind of like climbing up the cliff, but they are quite far. But if you'd like to do something, we're out of encounter mode.
So
You
we're
probably
out of combat now. Do it. Should take off my effects.
yeah, you can take off your effects. Yeah, you have probably like 3 actions. You probably give a turn's worth before this person gets over the lip of the cliff and out of sight.
Wow. Okay, so where exactly are they at right now?
They are
Way over here.
yeah, they're like climbing this cliff wall 160, nearly 200 feet away.
Yeah. And I.
But we only have 1 turn before they get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly you guys with your speeds cannot get to them.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I am
I was
just
debating using my dusk wings, but that wouldn't get me that far.
Dang. Steris will like approach Turkon and share with him that she recognizes the weapon that Steno carries, and it belonged to one of her sisters.
you sure this is definitely a treasure room, but it's technically going to be banned until we have the full group here.
Duh.
You can secure the gold. We can roll for the gold right now if you want.
Money? Wait, what?
Okay. I'll.
Yeah.
He should just yells money and Turkon goes.
Yeah, Isha is not materialistic, but the demons.
The demons are materialistic.
the demons want the gold.
No, I think she is taking a long moment to figure out what she can do, and then she realizes that she's resigned to just watching them get away. Doing the best she can to commit
Turkin
their
will-
experience to memory.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Turkon's gonna just burn that person's image into his mind, and we'll get them someplace, sometime. We will find them. Then I can throw a rock at their face.
Perhaps we'll hold off on the rock throwing until we figure out who and what they are doing here.
Very well.
Anyway, money?
Goodies?
You guys are doing that, and I'm rolling in the treasure. I'm just
Technically, the full exploration of this treasure room is banned for now. But I was saying,
Okay. I'll stay out here.
Well,
I was telling Isha we could roll for the money now.
Okay.
I am gonna roll for the money.
All right.
Roll in the money, roll for the money.
I'm rolling money.
Is this roll considered earning income?
No, earning income is a specific thing you do in downtime.
Rip.
But we did a thing,
State
and
your
we are
case.
receiving money because we did the thing.
What am I rolling?
You roll 66 for me.
Kind of weak.
Hold on.
Times 100, right? Not terrible.
I just realized I totally asked for the wrong thing. What was that number? I'll stick with it. I'll stick with what was in my head. I don't care.
Well, you said you asked for the wrong thing, so I was.
Yeah, just go ahead. What was the number that was there?
It was 16.
Yeah, go ahead and
36.
roll 16d12.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I got my order of
So much
operations a little
clicking.
weird here.
That's
okay.
yeah.
Whoa.
That's 107 each, right?
107,000 each.
Yeah. And we
Nice.
get Stu and Turris's cut because they're not here.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is 107 platinum worth, although it is in a variety of different coins that you'll have to convert, blah, blah, blah. But it's,
Oh my god.
you extract it out of here, you have 107 platinum pieces.
Oh.
Wait, how much is that?
A lot.
It is so each
1,070
platinum.
gold?
Yeah, each platinum is 10 gold.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They have gathered
That is
but
the
not
origin of
used
it.
a lot of gold from the travelers they were kidnapping. Lots of merchants travel this road.
So how soon will we know if the other team was successful?
Well, I think, I don't know if you guys like rush up to this cliff over here or anything.
Sure, of course
But,
we do.
perhaps as this, we're going to end it here in a sec, but perhaps as you rush over to kind of see what's going on with this steno, you kind of rush over here and you see the other crew, the gnome, the halfling, and the Shuni mech and the big mech, kind of running out of this cave down here, leading up 15, maybe 20 people across the ice and over this way.
Nice.
We got a weird fog of war thing going on up there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't see super far just because of it. Yes.
No, I mean it's
Reasons.
it's in
It's like
bands.
stripey.
It's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me too.
Yeah, it's because it's using different types of line of sight blockers that are all doing different things.
Gotcha.
All of
I
them
didn't-
stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, I didn't set up the walls for this map, and I've now deleted some of the walls, so it's gonna look a little weird.
Isha, is that including us getting Tourism Stew's portion.
As much as I want to say that I divided this by 3 or by 4 is everyone's. This is a wait. Why is Ironcrad not in the party sheets?
Because it made it easier for me to get automatic XP math.
Wow.
Sorry. I'll throw him back in now.
So are we adding that gold now, or are we waiting until next time?
Yeah.
Hold on. The math might be different when there's another person in here.
Yeah, it's about 40 gold less. It's 195 gold.
Yeah.
Again, are we adding it now? Or is this for next
You
time?
can add your 195 gold now. I'll add it for the other 2.
I was looking at the math. I was like, that seems like not enough for 6 people, and I was like, oh, I'm only dividing by 5.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean about the... If I click one of your tokens, the Fog of War is like totally fine, but having full token vision with like everyone looking over there, I see the stripiness. Different people are getting past that in different ways.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is where we'll call it for the night, I think, as you guys start the infiltration of this castle, and you see the expedition crew escaping with the prisoners as the devils are turning all of their eyes and attention on you. Whatever devils may be left in here. And we'll continue this next time.
Alright, lastly, experience.
Yes, go ahead and take, I believe it was like 210?
Oh. Well, that's not what my calculation says, but
Your calculation says 620.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're
Every
up at 690 right now.
We're at 690.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Could
I
be
don't
better.
hate it.
It'd be really cool if that 6 was moved to the left.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was like 9999.
Uh-huh.
You know?
9999.
For
Wow,
sure.
that'd be a lot
Yeah.
of levels.
Yeah. Well, it would be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just 10,000 experience points. Just...
Yep.
So, thank you guys for coming to my fan service session.
Thank you. That was great.
Yeah, this is fun.
The Coyote Jackson reveal.
The Coyote Jackson jump was like, dude, you did it. And I was like, that is a really small token.
He's so
And then I
fucking
was
small.
like, what is that?
To zoom in.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Coyote?
Oh.
What are you doing here?
And small TM.
I forgot that Small TM was branded up like a fucking NASCAR car.
Literally.
I
Oh.
also
did.
forgot he was all branded up like a fucking corporate car. I was like, oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Also, seeing Dingo was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Truly, the best, the most faithful recreation was my team plus Dingo, and I was like, "Your team is one other person, gamer."
Literally.
Especially at this point. It's
Yeah,
He's exclusively referring to Risen.
it's the team. It's the team.
And so does IUSIP.
Yeah.
Oh. Yusuf is
Yeah.
also part of the team. I see. I see.
Yes.
I see. This is one of those.
We count our cursed weapons.
This is one of
And
those.
Small TM.
This is
And
one of those. The Eidolon is definitely a person moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coyote prioritizes small TM over Dingo in
Yes.
Yeah.
Small TM is his
team.
child
Yeah.
that he blows up sometimes.
Dingo is chosen to join a hive mind collective. Bunch of sheeple in your union.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So, pretty much this was born out of the the wish from last campaign to see more Ayusip. So, that is
Aw.
where this is heading. I was so happy that I was gonna be here for this, because obviously Rye makes the most sense to have Ayusip in terms of what kind of weapon it is. We'll have to figure out how to finagle that in next time when Rye is like, who is this person in this sword? We'll see. We'll figure it out.
No one is wielding that weapon.
Oh, no way.
No one.
On the one hand,
Would be funny though.
it would be thematically it kind of makes sense for the person that only wants to eat to wield the weapon that only wants to eat.
Uh-huh.
But then they're competing. So, that's tricky. And I'm sorry, but Turkan is banned from using that weapon. It cannot happen.
What? Why?
Not
Why?
allowed.
Why?
What I need Mr.
Why am
I need
not
Mr.
listening?
Coyote to give us all the weapons from the sepulcher.
Oh my god.
It makes much less sense to do that, unfortunately.
Does it?
As cool as it would be for someone to take Rhiannon's katana around and enact vengeance with the vengeful blade, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, the reason you're not allowed to use that weapon, Bill. You're already like giga crushing everything, and this weapon ignores like resistances. And
It was real fun to have.
yeah, it's incredible for a rogue who does like a lot of small little stabs of damage. And it would also be incredible for you. But
But no.
trying to spread the damage out a little bit.
It's also a really clingy weapon. I don't know how Turkoff would feel about that.
Right. I mean, I don't know how Stu's gonna feel about that.
Probably just ignore it.
That's horrible. You can't ignore it, Yusuf.
It's also a
You
sword.
actually can't ignore Ayusa.
It's actually
Yeah.
that's actually true.
You would try to ignore it, and then it would be like, well,
I'm in your head.
I'm actually a sociopath freak.
That's rude.
Aww. That is rude.
It's true. It is true.
Or is Turkon just so oblivious to it that he's like, okay.
Well, I think
Turkon
it was
is
kind of. I
oblivious.
think it was kind of implied that like Ayusip didn't take over Risen on purpose.
Yeah.
But at like any moment, I think Ayusip could have just done that. So who knows?
We had a conversation and a little therapeutic, intervention to help with the abandonment
Right.
issues that Yusuf had.
Yeah.
She
For a
called
while Risen couldn't let go of the sword.
Mhm.
And it wasn't an intentional thing they were doing. It was just how it was. And they were through it. They got past that.
It was a codependent relationship.
It really was.
Yeah.
They've made strides.
Yes.
It's better.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. That's pretty much all I have. I'm gonna go wrap up the stream in a minute.
I'm gonna go ahead and take off.
Okay, catch you later, Bill.
You guys have a
Later,
good rest
Bill.
of your night.
Bye bye.
See you, Bill.
Bye.
I don't think we'll be playing next week.
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I wanted to play today was because I thought V would be here. And truly, I could play a tabletop RPG with 2 people. So
Yeah, we know.
It's just you and Dylan.
I thought about it.
You don't understand. We have actually literally talked about how Varys and I could play an entire campaign of just me and him.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Me too.
I'm definitely very interested in trying like one-on-one D&D sometime. It's like it's been in my mind here and there. I don't know the framing or the setting or the story that it would cover, but mechanically I am interested.
I remember doing that with Lunchbox, I think. Could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that happened when I was a guest on that one campaign.
Yeah, he said it was
And it was a really... Yeah, it was a cool experience. It was just like... It felt very engaging.
Yeah, it's cool and very, very personal. And you have to tackle challenges totally differently.
Yeah.
Different types of characters become good.
Mm-hmm. And you have to like use... You have to like try and interact with NPCs.
Yeah.
And get them to like help you in the ways that your party normally does.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we, heard none of the Song of the Expedition when we were playing the marches, and now you guys are certainly sick of it, so that was efficient. That was nice.
Yeah, I never want to hear that fucking song ever again.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
Bye.
I forgot all the buttons. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching a little bit of Pathfinder. I'm gonna wrap it up there, as I said in Discord. So, quite a fun session. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Obviously, we were missing a couple of players tonight, and I was probably a little clumsy with a couple of things because I prepped an entirely different session last night, and then found out that a couple of players, 1.5 players, and then 2 players were going to be missing. And we wanted to hold off on some of the more personal story stuff until that resolved and until we had our full group back. So I swapped things around a little bit, moved a side quest up, and we tackled that instead. We're getting pretty close to the end of it. There's not that much left to do, but yeah. As I said, we will not be playing next week. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. Got a couple of people at TwitchCon, so in 2 weeks we will come back. We will finish up this devil side quest and then go see if we can't find this fellow who wronged Asteris, hunt them down, and see where that goes. Today we're gonna raid someone we've raided a couple of times. A fellow called Aeon Kobold. They are also running Pathfinder. They're running it's called Loose Threads is the campaign right now. And they're on episode 5. So we're gonna go check that out. We're gonna go check that out. As for me, I'm kind of like done with this job search thing. I've kind of secured some stuff. Oh my god! I got a raid and I didn't even see. Oh my goodness. Thank you. This is forever ago. Thank you, Drago Nordlicht. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm so sorry that I missed that. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. So, give them a follow before you take off, if you do not mind. I will be checking them out. I'm sorry about that. I get into running the game, and I just don't see these things. And my notifications are super busted right now. I'm so sorry. Okay. So we'll give them a shout out. Join me in following. I will be back, I think, on Monday. With a wee bit of GM prep for this very game. Although there's not going to be that much to prep because, as discussed, I already prepped the next session. So we might move on to some music stuff very quickly. If you don't know, I compose D&D music pretty regularly, although I've accidentally taken like a month break off of that. But we're going to get back to it. We're going to compose some stuff. Don't know what yet, but look forward to that in the coming week. Yeah, thank you for stopping by and checking things out. I appreciate that. Even if I totally missed the raid. I'm sorry. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful start to your week, and I will see you all again real soon. Goodbye.